So this is a.
All right. Let's go through assigning your buttons first. What kind of game is this?
It's a Neo Geo game.
Neo Geo game. What kind of button layout do you want?
I mean, standard. I was gonna say so. Standard Neo Geo layout's probably good, just because this is a 2-punch 2-kick game, but one of the main mechanics. Let me see what it is. Where's the fourth button?
Yeah. Let me go through like a.
Yeah.
button
So
binding.
it's kind
Is
of.
that
Yeah.
the way you want it?
Fine. That's basically what it would be if we had it on the Versus City. 3 buttons on top, 1 on bottom. That kind of works. So like. The reason why the standard layout is fine, even though it's a 2-punch 2-kick game, is because number one, one of the big mechanics of this game is that everybody has a weapon, and you can switch between weapon and unarmed modes. And the combination that you do to do that is B and C. So. Which is heavy punch and light kick. So if we did the square, the punches on top, kicks on bottom, that would be a weird diagonal.
Gotcha. So that switches
it's a
weapons?
little easier. I don't know how you have it set up. Do you have the square set up right now?
I got an opposite square. I'm gonna make it the square, but.
Do you have punches on top and kicks on bottom?
Yeah, I will assign it the square. I can do a button combination, so it's not a big deal.
Well, so like what I'm saying is like. Having the regular Neo Geo or just the 3 on top, 1 on bottom is a little easier.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
For me, it's a Tekken thing, right? And it would just be 2-3, right? So it's a 2-3 move.
Yeah. So B and C,
1-4.
heavy punch and light kick, will put away or take out your weapon. Now, the interesting thing about that is that some people, when they put away and take out their weapon, it's an attack. So like, see that?
Oh,
I'm
okay,
actually
okay,
doing an attack when I do that. So you can actually sort of combo into weapon change and stance changes and stuff. And then you'll have different move sets depending upon whether you have your weapon out or not. That's the main mechanic for the game. The supers are done if you are in hyper mode or if your life is flashing. So like a lot of SNK Neo Geo games, if your life is low, you go into desperation mode and you can do supers as much as you want.
And you can do that in this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so if it's blinking, I have unlimited supers.
If your life is red, yeah.
Okay.
The other way to do supers before your life goes red is to go into hyper mode. So the interesting thing about that is that you go into hyper mode when your spirit gauge is full. So if you have full power bar, you can do a super, but you have to activate hyper mode first.
Before we get too much further, can someone in the chat, I'm getting overwhelmed with all the different things I need to do. Can someone post in the community group that we're doing a live J2J and then put a link to the chat, to the, put a link to this, twitch.tv/freeplayarcade. Someone post it up in the Freeplay Arcade community group, please, that we are doing a live J2J, and we'll continue on. So let me just, I have everything set up here. Josh is here. All right, so got the stance change, right?
Right. So
what can I do? Is it just a pure stance change where the moves are different?
Yeah, it'll change your access to certain special moves and supers and stuff, and your normals. So for example, with the super, what I was saying is you have to be in hyper mode unless you're in desperation. So for example, my super is half circle back forward A and B, but if I do it right now, it doesn't do anything. What I have to do is hit A, B, and C and activate hyper mode first, and then I can do the super.
Okay. Is that when is that activatable? Anytime?
When your spirit gauge is full, so the thing that says power at the bottom.
Hey, Chris, real quick, what game are we playing?
What game are we playing?
Ninja Masters, and for some dumb reason, Masters is an apostrophe S, even though there is nothing after it to make it a possessive.
Who is the Ninja Master that this game belongs to?
And then there's the super deadly move, which your spirit gauge has to be full, but your opponent's life has to be flashing red.
Okay, so it's a fatality.
Yeah, it's also known as a finisher move. So.
Yeah. Let me get a move list here. You said
the Shoryuken thing is pretty good.
Yeah. The other thing I could use is a link to a stream bot that we can use, and I'll put it up there. A chat bot specifically. I had one for the old system, but I swear it was Streamlabs, but like their setup is way different now. It looks like they're OBS contingent. It's wanting me to download stuff. I don't want to download anything. Log in with Twitter. Oh, maybe. I might have us a chat box. That way we can see over here and actually respond to people.
I'm trying to remember.
All right, Chris. I got a link in the community group.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Alert box, all widgets. Let's get us a chat box. Okay, we got it. We're gonna get this. Yeah, I know how to do it.
Okay.
Copy. It's gonna be rudimentary, but we're gonna toss up a chat box real quick. Add source, web page.
USA. Okay, so I'm switching it to the console version just so we can turn off timer.
Yeah, absolutely. And we might not be able to, it might be a little wonky. Sorry. We'll have time to play with it later. Just gonna put it over my head. There we go. Alright, chat box is enabled and color is, make it white. I don't know. Cool. Alright, we have a rudimentary chat box. I don't know if it actually works. And I will say hi in the Twitch. No, I can't. We'll possibly see it on the left side of our screen and possibly not. Alright, so sorry. B and C, take it out. A, small weapon. B, big weapon. Okay, that makes sense. Super desperation mode. There's a fatality mode when you are doing that. It's Ninja Masters. Ninja Masters. And it's Shoryuken. I just kind of want to know, because you get some bonkers moves in SNK games. I'll be Goemon. Why? Because, I don't know. I just looked at his face. Decided I was Goemon. Thank you, sir. Flying kick, dash forward, down forward, HK. That's weird. Overhead. Alright.
Yeah, so yeah, if you look at Goemon, so yeah, they actually have like, not only do they have combo lists on these Shoryuken bays, but they have like combo trees. So basically you have a super combo or super move that is back and then Dragon Punch A and C at the same time. And
back and Dragon Punch A and C.
Yeah, and that's what I was explaining with that is like you have to be in either flashing red life or you go into hyper mode by hitting A, B, and C when your bar is full, and that's how you do regular supers. The other thing is that there are super combos that you can do. So yeah, just go down a little right there. So with him, it's A, down forward A, B, forward and B. And basically with those super combos, if you have a super bar, you'll it's just like a set combo that you will do that it does a really awesome combo.
Forward B. I got it. Yeah. But there's automatically a linker if it supers. If you have a super, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if you have to have full bar to do this super combo ender. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like it'll have an extra thing at the end. You can do that combo, but there's an extra thing that happens at the end if you have full bar. Trying to remember Crow Guy's stuff. Yeah, there was no infinite time choice, just 99.
Chat box. Chat box may or may not be working. Tell you what, we're just gonna throw up this monitor over here, because I don't care how I look. If I look tired, there's a reason. Projector off. I'm gonna take this. Sorry. If it were Tuesday night fights, we'd have a producer, and I would take care of the. We wouldn't be swapping games so quick. Things like that. There. Stream manager. Edit stream name. We're no longer King of Fighters. It's Ninja Masters. Ninja Masters. With an apostrophe for no reason. Done. I have a cat. Are you allergic to cats? Because I can lock them out.
No.
Okay, cool. There's your chat over there on the left side. PSO music. Yeah. Cool. Oh, and I do have the chat box working. It's just black. I tried to make you white. There we go. Finally got 5K working. Gonna hop off the stream for a bit. Also, gotta get dinner prepared. All right. See you later.
So there's a way to do powered versions of moves, and I can't remember.
Forward and low. Light punch. Seems like a command. Oh, it is a command normal. Okay. Down and high punch in the air. Ooh, that's cool. Got this, the kind of a very Dawson-esque move there. Roll.
What is it? Forward? Oh, forward twice. Wow. Yeah.
Nice.
You can shoot off more crows, but each extra crow you have to hit forward twice and punch. Like during the animation.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so when you're in desperation mode, so like on your second life bar basically, you can do powered up versions of moves, your specials, by hitting both buttons at the same time. So normally my crow is core circle forward punch. If I do core circle forward both punches, I do the green one. So. But that's only when you're in desperation or max.
When
bar.
I'm blinking red.
It doesn't use the bar, but as long as you're full, you can do that.
Gotcha. Shall we play one? See if I can experiment for a sec. The number of moves that you get access to when you first start a fighting game is just overwhelming to me. I can kind of like, that's where footsies come into to play, and then you sort of build from there when you have your opponent respecting that you can hurt them potentially. Got hit with the 100
Dragon
100
punch.
hand
Weird.
slap. Slashy. Why is his blade shimmering? I think because your weapon's out? I don't know. I don't know if there's anything active.
It's just to draw attention to the weapon so that it's easier to tell when the opponent is in armed and unarmed mode.
Gotcha.
Because some people have some small weapons, so they just made all the weapons flash to make it real obvious. Plus, also, you know, you pull out other things that aren't your quote unquote weapon.
Right.
I think really they just did that so that people wouldn't get confused as to like what mode people were in. Yeah, that stunned a lot.
It really did. It was hit big time. I feel like you can poke and get people to get hit by that.
I almost did my super combo. I kind of forgot what it was.
No, Goemon, how did you betray me?
Having my phone sit on my fight stick doesn't work as well as having my phone sit on the versus sitting.
If you want to pull the laptop over here, you just pull it up, put it on top of the CPS2 car.
No, I'll just.
Thanks to the community providing instantly, I have plenty of extra equipment.
Stick with Crowman.
Ah. Yay, auto combos. Oof. Range. Goodness. I think I have a very Dhalsim-esque character here. Some stretchy moves, some really awkward angles. It looks like a gun, right?
Yeah,
it's like a handgun that's got a pipe on
it's actually
the
like
end.
a big blunderbuss. See?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice. Whoops. Whoa, hit me from behind. Sword hurts. No. How is this my first J2? Yes, no. J2J never got enough love. They never got enough love. And when free play comes back, you should definitely go out. It's Wednesdays at like 7 o'clock. They take over versus City. The SD players and the Third Strike players kind of move aside, and they'll come in and play a game or two. But like it's your chance to learn to just sort of like scrub it out in a game. And Josh always brings the move list and can explain the mechanics. And you just get a ton of tries to like figure out like is this game interesting or not.
I just like unloaded my super combo into your guard. It was very useful.
Oh yeah, it doesn't seem to have done any damage.
Yeah, I don't. Because there's.
Whoa.
The super combo is really just like a bunch of normals, so I didn't.
Wow, you did a lot of damage fast.
His sword does a lot of damage. I think all the weapons tend to do more damage than the punches. I think it's
makes sense.
But yeah, his sword's pretty damaging. I was trying to remember, like, I mean, when we did this before, I just played Karasu the whole time. Because he's rad. But yeah, so like, see, her weapons are just that little thing. So it's like,
oh yeah,
having it be flashing just makes it a lot easier to tell. But yeah, I don't know if you want me to give. We talked about it on the stream before, but I think there's different people watching now because somebody had asked what J2J was. I don't know if you want me to talk about like I did before how that started.
Oh yeah, you can definitely reset. You can definitely reset.
So it's like I like fighting games a lot, but I'm not like quote unquote good at them. I just like to play them and explore all the different ones. And part of the reason why I'm not good at them is like, it's the sort of game you got to practice a lot. And I'm just not the sort of person to sit there and like
air throw
practice a whole lot. Which makes it difficult whenever I try to play something like Unist or whatever, because they want you to go into those training modes and do those like practice those combos over and over and over,
Yeah.
Anime fighters. That's how they work.
I really admire like old school fighters, and particularly like the old ones in Japan. And you're like, where did you practice? And they're like, the arcade. Like, really? Like, how does that work? But it's true. So,
But,
yeah.
So, like, I thought, okay, well, I'm never going to be a master, right? I'm not going to be a master at these games, but let's finally learn how to be okay at the games, right? Let's learn how to be average. So that's why it's called Journey to Journeyman. It's not the journey to mastery. It's Journeyman. You're you know, a tradesman. You're not an artisan. And so that was the original idea. And when I started out, I was like, well, the obvious game, what game to do with this? The obvious game is like Super Turbo, because that's the game that everybody plays. But the thing is, it's like,
there's no journey. The noob class is just not there, and plus the Super Turbo players are there every night.
Well, mainly it was like, I'm doing this event because I want to do it.
Right.
It's not actually official, so it's really up to me to do what interests me. And so, like, I don't like Super Turbo, partially just because when I play fighting games, I like to play characters that I think are cool, and I've never found any of the Street Fighter characters cool.
Yeah,
except Karen, who's not in Super Turbo.
Yeah, I like Dawson because he's bonkers. But like, if you like the unconventional, like that's the game that created the conventions. So, you know, I could definitely see you like that.
So I had played Real Bout 2 a little bit, and it seemed really awesome. So that's what we started with, was Real Bout 2. And the other reason why I went with that, well, in explaining why I went with that, I'll explain how J2J ended up what it was. Because initially my idea was like, we can do this with games that aren't just fighting games, right? We can just have a day where we try to learn how to be good at a game, right?
Yeah.
Which is why one of the J2Js was Attacks one time, and one person showed up. But
Attacks always has that issue too.
But what it ended up being was like, the reason why it ended up just being like these obscure fighters was because my thought process was, okay, I want this to be a thing that newbies can come through, right? Because that's kind of the point.
Right.
I wanted, even people who haven't played fighting games, I want them to feel welcome at this thing. And the problem with doing a big game, particularly like Super Turbo, is that you end up with, if you say we're doing a Super Turbo thing, you end up with a bunch of players who are really good at the game coming out to play.
Or at least Journeyman.
Right.
Right. They started Journeyman.
Yeah. And then they just trash all the newbies, and like, yeah, playing against somebody who's a little better than you is very useful, but playing against somebody who's way better than you is not useful because you can't do anything.
Right.
And so
you need someone your skill level and nice supremacy of fireballs.
Yeah, because I did the triple.
Yeah. But yeah, you need someone your level and you need someone better. So like Tuesday Night Fights works well for Super Turbo because you'll get plenty of mashers because I'll put you in the masher class basically.
Right.
And then you get a bunch of chances to a bunch of reps against people you're at your level. But without that, yeah, the Super Turbo players, like, you just get a couple of them that are decent, and like, yeah, it's over. And it's not like, I don't think anybody should be terribly intimidated by playing Super Turbo because we do try and be friendly about it, unless you got a hold of Rob, who is not unfriendly, but he is unemotional and not one to play around. But yeah, it's just best to play with all the new buttons.
Right. But at the same time, like, I didn't want to say, if you're good at the game, don't come. Right? That's not fair. So.
Whoa!
So
I don't know how I did that. I wish I did.
I think that might have been the super combo.
I started the super combo, but then I started hitting different buttons. Because it's just A's and B's to do my super combo. I think I may have did some alternate super combo that was.
Yeah, my character has 2 listed at least. I don't know how extensive.
Oh, it's got the whole like weapon combo chain.
Yeah, you can.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like I said, this is actually extensive, which is surprising for this game. But yeah, so basically, the way to get around that was, well, okay, we play games that don't have the good players around, right? It's like we started with Real Bout 2, and it's like there's no Real Bout 2 expert around here, at least not that I knew of, right?
Oh,
so
air throw.
It was just not an issue, right? We didn't have to worry about them coming and trashing us.
Right.
And at the same time, we could still learn what I thought was a cool game, and I still think it's a cool game.
Yeah, I do. I think it's very cool. Every time I play it, like I end up loving it more and more.
And so because of that thought process, J2J's just kind of morphed into this, let's explore these obscure fighters that nobody's really played extensively. Because that's the thing that we go for, is like the stuff that isn't as heavily featured. And so that's why it's become what it has. Mm-hmm. It's just, it naturally gravitated towards that.
Some thoughts on Rob in the chat. Unemotional till he slams the control panel through.
But I have a big list as well, because because you know, you're not going to get good at a game playing it one time. It's important that we had to revisit things occasionally, which granted we haven't done a lot because there's so many games to try out. There's so many cool games to try out. We didn't even try them all out.
Yeah, yeah.
And I made a list of all the things we had played and kind of like ranked them based off of how well I think they did. You know, how many people showed up, how much the people who were there seemed to have fun, how well it worked for J2J. And the example I gave when I was talking about this before was like JoJo's was like, I ranked it relatively high because it was very popular and people had fun playing it, but it's also just not a super good J2J game just because it does have people who are very good at it. And they showed up. And to the point to where we had to get 2 cabinets going and designate one cabinet as the pro cabinet so that they could play and have fun without the rest of us, getting whole horsed to death or whatever.
And that's probably the cursed fate of any J2J game that gets popular.
Right.
Is just people will play it enough that like there'll be a talent gap there.
Right. Certainly, like if we're revisiting a game, it's harder to get new people to come out for it because, you know, the people who are revisiting it.
I think there's got to be a happy medium there where you get a crew like that just want to come for the games. You know, the Panda Embarrassment, that's like their motto, is just you play the games. You just play the games for the heck of it. But you know, they don't roll out all the time, and they do get intimidated. And actually, Panda Embarrassment usually gets like life stuff in the way because there's a lot of moms in the group and whatnot.
I keep forgetting about one of my best moves.
That was weird. It looked like I had a follow-up, but
that. I mean, it didn't hit there, but normally you can catch people with that, and it does a fair amount of damage.
What is that? It's got a backdash built in.
That move, not so great. Need to combo with that.
I'm hitting the buttons too fast when I try and combo.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a slower pace than some other games.
Since I play the fastest, that's always my issue. I end up double tapping stuff. JoJo's was favorite with the Texan Arlington. Must be Andy. I did like that JoJo's was unorthodox, but this feels very unorthodox as well. Like it's going to take me forever to figure out exactly what I'm going to do. So the journey to Journeyman might be quite long.
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness. So much damage.
Ow. God, did that do damage? I did block that and it did a bunch of damage, it looked like.
Maybe. It wouldn't surprise me if the bazooka shot did chip damage, but it's got a lot of startups, so I don't feel very comfortable just poking in and hitting you with a bazooka.
Oh, okay, that's right. Okay.
And a combo tree is too much for me. I feel like I need to learn all the normals.
Yeah, I haven't. I have not. Definitely have not dived into that.
Like I always feel like playing with the fundamentals and then building from there, having a good base. That way, I know what I'm gonna hit in a certain situation, like spacing wise. Whoa, that's cool. He's got so much cool stuff.
Goemon is one of those characters that shows up in a lot of video games, kind of like Oda Nobunaga, who is based off of his actual historical figure. One of those historical figures that's semi mythological, you know, like his exploits have basically
like
been blown up into mythology. But he was a thief who was also sort of a like anti-government revolutionary, and he got killed by being boiled alive.
Oh.
For his crimes, yes.
Well, not today, son.
But if you've played Mystical Ninja on Super Nintendo, the main character of that series is Goemon as well. Yeah, that I was holding back, and that was just like
It
going
looked like a throw.
through my block.
It converted to a throw.
Yeah.
That was the super combo, the A, down forward A, B, forward B, and I had the super, so that must have been what it does, like if you block that whole thing. It's very 10-string looky from Tekken, so there might be a way to interrupt it. Or not really sure. Oh, flashed me. And I'm not sure if that's an overhead.
Maybe it starts with an overhead because I'm blocking low.
Well, it starts with a jab, right? But like that one might be an overhead.
See, I'm blocking low.
Well, it looks like it.
And that first hit.
Oh my goodness! It might be unblockable. Block back.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry. Yeah. I'll get you in the corner. You know, I could do it on the fly. Yeah, you gotta block it back.
Yeah, so the first hit's like an overhead.
It must be the third hit's an overhead though. So no, that hit you. That hit you. You're right. The second hit's an overhead. So that one's high. Then the second one's an overhead. That
seems
cheesy.
real good. Yeah.
Yeah, that does seem real good. And then it converts to a throw.
I can't remember if this game has hops or not. I know a lot of Neo Geo fighters have.
They tend to.
Different sizes of jump.
What do you mean Delp doesn't stop? Delp don't stop. You mean I don't stop streaming? Not until they give me free play back. You can help us save free play. The link's up in the corner of the screen. Plenty of merchandise to buy. Everything you buy gets Stephanie more employment during this crazy time. So it definitely goes to help both the arcade and the employees or former employees of Free Play Arcade. And maybe we can get back to life as normal whenever all this Corona-19 stuff is a distant, horrible memory. Ooh. Man, that's nuts. That's nuts. Because that's got to be low and it hurts. Yeah, that is bonkers. Basically, I can hit you with a jab, and then if you don't quickly do something, I'm gonna get you with a mix-up that's nasty, like that.
I can't seem to I think I'm screwing up like the last thing on my combo because it ends with forward B. So I did it there, but you were blocking.
Boom. That's a great move. Yeah, goodness gracious.
Okay, so I want to do the light as an anti-air. Because the heavy version, he charges forward first. So not very quick. Anti-air.
Boiled alive. Jeez. Someone has a bad imagination.
It's forward and B to throw, right? I wonder.
I think so. Here, you can try. I'm gonna try out.
I don't know.
For me, it is.
Okay, maybe.
Can I block a throw? I'm gonna try just holding back. You might get me all the way in the corner and try it, yeah. Wow, it's a big stage.
No. I think it was just you were moving slightly back and
Okay.
range is very short, maybe.
Very weird.
I don't know if you can throw while weapon is out. Right, I blocked low.
Right, of course you did, because like it's a good mix-up. Dirty mix-up even. That chat on the left hand is obscuring the white. I'll kill the chat. It's okay. There you go. That chat on the left hand side is obscured by the white image, but would work better on the right. Oh, okay. I'll give you the right.
Oh, because there's black over there.
Yeah, fair enough. Producing on the fly. Oh, I think I can put this over the top of. I'm gonna put it right there, and then I'll slide it underneath the game screen. I think that's the plan, at least. There it is, USB device. There. Ta-da!
Super combo.
Can't see who's saying what, but there you go.
Right. So it's difficult, but he has a super combo where you do the weapon sheath and unsheath during it. So it's like
Karasu does?
Yeah, it's CC BC BC B forward B.
It's like multi-link throws in Tekken. Just a lot of studying the move lists. I don't know. If you like execution, on like paper, but you find like a game like Super Turbo really hard, this might be the game for you, because or any Street Fighter game, like the super links might be too difficult for you. This is your game, because these are really easy moves to perform if you know what the buttons are.
Well, yeah, and I think that with some companies, like with J2J, we've done a lot of Neo Geo games, because I mean it has a lot of fighters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And particularly a lot of fighters that nobody's played much of. And I just think that definitely there are some games where it's like, man, I wish I had 3 kicks and 3 punches.
You just want more
But
buttons.
there's a lot of other ones where it's like, no, they knew they only had 4 buttons, and they made a much better, simpler thing by only having 4 buttons. Because certainly, like that is a way to simplify it, is compared to ST, is like it has less normals to have to remember, because there's less punches and kicks. Can you change the font size?
Can I change the font size? Yes, I can. Do you want it bigger or smaller? I mean, it's working
I
nice.
assume a little smaller is, I assume, what he's asking for. Because it almost runs into the image a little bit.
Yes, it's going to be on the Streamlabs end. May have closed that.
I forgot we have a pause button now because we're on the console version.
Oh, nice.
I mean, he's just saying make it readable for you. So like.
Oh, to make it readable for me? It's readable for me.
If you're fine,
Yeah.
if you're fine with it, then I don't think it's bothering me.
Check the lore, all right?
Usually, used to be, or with our previous setups, we would not be able to hear effects like a boat guy firing off there. We would see him, but we wouldn't hear check the lore. We wouldn't, when you, I forget what it is that fires off laughing Beltran, Beltran Sagat, but the I can just go right into, that's so cheap. Like that's an overhead. A dashing forward overhead. That is incredible. Like I can really just like get forever with this because of course you're going to be blocking overhead.
Right.
It's just a ton of damage.
So she has a. She can jump off the wall.
That's the weapon that Scorpion has, I want to say. Like I think that's the weapon it's based off of. Right?
Yeah, basically.
That's the get over here.
I forget what they're called. The short sword with a like basically a piece of metal on the end of a rope on it. She has a Rekka, but I'm having a hard time doing the whole thing.
Oh! How many more hits is that going to be?
It's weird because she has like half charge moves and then half normal. So.
Nice.
Yeah,
Does everybody have an air throw?
Yeah, it's tricky because like I have to worry about not blocking low because of your combo, but then you have that. You have that, right, which I assume is low, and you have the thing that you roll on the ground, which is definitely low.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just like Tekken's all mix-ups, so my fighting background would first tell me like look for a mix-up.
Oh, she says, I'm sorry when she loses instead of when she wins.
I'm sorry, I should have had an instant overhead that does 50% damage and is safe on combos.
So yeah, this character, I don't know why, but her portrait on the
She's
character
Canadian.
select screen, her portrait on the character select screen just reminds me of this character who's in, I think it's, what's the game that Karnov's Revenge is the sequel to? The one that was the Street Fighter knockoff. I think it's that series.
Yeah, Fighter's History,
Fighter's
Dynamite?
History, yeah. Because Karnov's Revenge is Fighter History Dynamite. There's a character in that game that is based off of a real-life karate expert. It's the girl who wears a karate gi, who looks out of place because she just looks like a real person instead of some weird flying Russian man or a jester or whatever other crazy characters are in that game.
All right, I'm going to try and go away from my auto combo cheapness. See if I can make these other moves work for me.
I don't know. Mike would tell you if it works. Oh, no. That's not the one I wanted to do. Now my sword's a stone.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, that move is awkward, that super that I did, because what you have to do is you have to do the command and then continue to hold down the button. Because, so it's back, half circle back, A and B at the same time, but you hold down B and it moves, it makes a hole in the ground and it moves the hole as long as you hold it down. And then when you let go, the crows fly up from where it is.
Oh, interesting.
So if you just press it instead of holding it down, they just fly up from where he's standing.
Did they hit you?
No, they don't hit me, but it generally doesn't hit the opponent unless they're like jumping at you. I did get somebody when we were playing this. I got somebody with that like because they were jumping at me.
Yeah.
In the default spot, but yeah, it's kind of awkward. But that's his super.
Ooh.
That's his super desperation. So that I was his quote unquote finisher. So like I was only able to do that because your life was flashing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know why my super hasn't been working. Got to go in the hyper mode. I explained that and then just kept forgetting that I had to.
Oh my goodness, it did a ton of damage.
Yeah.
That did not look low at all. It just goes like this, and in the grass, there's a ball that hit you. I'm in super mode again.
Yeah, you're still in hyper, so you keep your hyper mode
Nice.
between rounds until the thing runs out or until you do a super. So like if you activate it at the end of the round when you're gonna, you know, when you know the round's about to end, you can just like start the next round with a super.
That was Indiana Jones-esque.
No. Animation's so long.
No frame data on a whiff. I think I'm trying to control the space, and then I can punish if you do something reckless like that.
I don't remember. I don't know if he's around. I don't remember who Mike played. There's not, for some reason in this game, there's not a character. Wait, is Mike there? I don't know. The turnout for this game was not good. I was very disappointed. I mean, and the weather was bad. To be fair, it was raining. People generally don't come out. That happens. But, maybe Mike wasn't there.
It's a lot of. It's
No,
a lot of
I
fun.
think he was. There's not a character in this that stands out to me as a quote unquote Mike character.
So much damage.
Like I said it when we did the Real Bout 2, the like mini tournament last week. Mike is at J2J at least. Mike is master of the low tier, and I don't mean that as like an insult to him. I mean like, just he's gonna play the characters that he has fun playing and that work for him, and just coincidentally like. More than half the time when he picks a character for a J2J game, it's just like if you look up a tier list, they're like, yeah, this is the lowest tier character. And that's who he plays in Real Bout is the, what, Cheng is his name, right?
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
The
Karnov.
Yeah, the big guy who's the belly
Is he
flop,
low tier?
Belly flop move. Yeah, he's either like at least on the tier list that I've seen, these are like not games that are played very much. So the tier lists are like, a few people rating the characters that they play highly because it's a tier list, and they're mostly BS anyway. But
I did have fun making the ST Kids tier list.
But yeah, he's either like the lowest rated or second lowest rated, I think.
This looks like the stage from World Heroes 2.
I mean, my character kind of looks like she's from World Heroes.
Yeah, no, very much so. Nice throw. So deceptive. He doesn't duck his head at all. He just ball.
I think this was the character Carlos played.
I just like pick a character and go with it, and then I'm pot committed, and sometimes it's no rhyme, no reason. Sometimes I want to play the big guy. Sometimes I want to play the generic guy. Sometimes, you know, the Cougar team from KOF.
I mean, me, I'm always just like, yeah, I'm always.
I know Carlos is always the waifu, so.
Yeah, Carlos is always waifu. Me, I'm always like. I have two things that draw me toward a character. One is character design. Like, so it's like, does the character look cool visually? What's their personality like? You know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I play Karasu because he's like friggin'. He looks like he hasn't eaten for days, like, and he looks super evil, and he shoots out crows, right? His name is literally Karasu's like basically crow. So the character whose design I am drawn to, basically, and then it doesn't. The only and then I just try to learn them, right? Unless I really hate the way they play.
It looked like I had a throw whiff animation in the air.
And then the other thing is like, because my gameplay style is always just like aggressive all the time. Generally, I go for fast characters is the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's always exceptions to the rule. But I think with Mike, I don't know. Like I said there, I could kind of identify a Mike character, but I don't know specifically what that is. One of our so we have like 2 J2J regulars besides, not counting employees. Wow, that looks like that flame can just destroy all the crows.
Excellent.
That looks like a pretty good anti-projectile.
Yeah.
Especially since projectiles in this, from what I've seen, aren't super fast.
Oh, thought that was a throw. Yeah, the range on that's great too. That one's good range. Like, I don't feel very like disempowered.
He does a thing like he's doing the last bit, but then it didn't do anything. He's supposed to like throw off his sword, and then the sword does more attacks. Oh god! Wow.
God.
Yeah, that was the super combo finisher.
Yes.
So we have 2 regulars, Ernest and Snuggleguns.
Yeah.
And Ernest, I would say, typically goes for zoners.
I zone no matter who I play, so.
Snuggleguns will go for whoever's closest to Dimitri.
Fair enough. But that means it's Shoto too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So let's see. It's hard to remember who's played what because a lot of the games we've only done once. But I know his Breakers character is what's his face, the ninja. Sasuke, I think is his name. Because his super is the bane of everybody's existence. The frog eagle summons a giant frog and an eagle flies through the air at the same time. So it hits high and low.
Nice. I remember, what was it, Breakers, where the guy had the kunai that would just run through everything.
Yeah, that's the ninja guy.
Yeah,
because
so
he throws his fireballs too.
Everything's
so
an EX fireball, yeah.
Yeah, if somebody else shoots a fireball, it only blocks the first kunai, and the second one comes through and still hits you.
All right, time to go on another one. I feel like I've got too much of a handle on this guy. Just a cheese ball.
I don't remember this guy's deal.
This one's for you, Carlos. What? Enchanted card or something?
This may have been Mike's character, right? So she has a Rekka.
What? Okay, yeah. There you go.
And then she has hold back forward punch, I think is a move. That might only be with weapon out. Yeah, she has both charge and core circle back kick, I think, is the thing. Yeah.
Nice. Probably an overhead. Not an overhead. Interesting. Whoa.
Yeah, his his fireball's super slow but stuck.
That's a cool animation, that jump kick. She like leaned way back into that kick. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, I know what I know what Mike's type is generally, not always.
Fat guys?
Well, yeah, but he does tend to play a lot of fat guy characters. But he says because he's so used to playing Guile, he tends to go for charge characters.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about the whole powered up thing.
I wanna, you know, just like now, right? I wanna create a competitive balance so that I can learn. I can have my person on my level and person better than me. So if I feel like I'm stomping someone that I'm not learning anything, maybe I'm learning combo execution, but that's it. So I'm much more quick to just like switch to a character that I have no idea what it is, don't care what the style is, just something to restore competitive balance. And if I can go up in a tier and make it balanced again, then I'll go that way.
Heavy's much faster. So she does have a move that's like down and kick when she's in the air, I think. At least I thought that's what it said.
There it is, yeah. I gotta like hold them or something.
So yeah, remember now that you're at, well,
Yeah.
either one, full bar, you can do like basically EX versions of moves if you hit
Yeah.
both buttons.
Yeah, that's the EX version right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Full screen, basically. It's the non-EX version at the end. I like building a strategy off of like something static. Like that move looks cool. Well, now let's branch out and find the paper rock scissors from there.
Try Natsumi again. So yeah, charge back forward A and B at the same time. She slides. It's like a charge move. Half circle back kick. That's the flopping.
By the way, if anyone wants to jump in and talk with us, join the Discord if you're not already in it.
Oh, she also has a core circle forward kick.
Here, I'll add the Discord link real quick for anybody who doesn't know. It's going to be in the Twitch chat. Join the Discord. There's open spots, and you can just be. It'll be screenless. You can come tell us how bad we are, or you can tell us what you think. Did we sell you on Ninja Masters? And
reverse dragon. Oh, it's a command throw.
I thought Hung was very noble when he was playing the other day. He
So
go
I
ahead.
pushed you against the wall.
Uh-huh.
You have a wall jump, so you can jump and then push it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Jump from the edge of the screen. That was disorienting to figure out the first time. It was Chun-Li, of course, that I first saw it with, but just the fact that she's jumping off the side of the CRT, the cabinet, something that's not there.
It's so weird. Like, so when I first played this game, and when I explained it to people, because I try to put info on the game when I post about it for J2J. I said that it's like a game where you switch between unarmed and armed, and that you can use the art weapon switch to combo because it's an attack. That was because the only character I had played was Karasu, and it seems like he's the only character that does that. There might be others, but a lot of these other characters don't do an attack when they pull out their weapon.
Yeah, they just feel like two characters in one to me. 'Cause, I mean, they have related moves, but
yeah, it's interesting that like he seems to be the only one that does that. Like, it's
whoa, nice
a
throw.
big part of it.
I feel like everybody's got an air throw.
Those moves with him are actually pretty good too. The weapon sheathing and unsheathing.
Mm-hmm. The knockdown. There's got to be a quick. There needs to be a quick get up or something because that knockdown is forever. I could probably go over your head. Like I could probably do one of these and mix you up from the other side. Yeah, the offensive player definitely has a lot of tools in this one.
I had some sort of like overhead move that was like an elbow. I don't know how I did that. One thing we should experiment with real quick. I want to see if you can do a throw while your weapon is out.
Go for it.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice. Golly. That looks great.
Oh, so it might be down in B. Nope. Don't know how I did that.
So if you're intimidated by fighting games, this is how you learn. Grab you a friend and say, hey, let's try this. Talk them into it. Tell him or her you'll buy dinner next time. We're just gonna play this game and figure it out. And you get places.
Yeah, and this is going to be a controversial statement amongst our viewers, but like because of that, because of J2J, specifically for J2J, I have just come to really hate versus cities.
Oh, because you can't talk to your friend about the game.
Right. You can't communicate with the person you're playing with, so it's terrible for an environment of learning how to play a fighting game.
Okay, this is what I would like ultimately, is a permanent stream station on a versus city, and J2J is streamed, and you do just what we did with Hung the other day, where you just mic them up, right?
Yeah.
And then they can talk to each other again. Like even this, I don't feel like I have to talk extra loud to you. I don't need to talk like you're however many feet away you are from me. I can whisper and it's beamed right into your head basically. You can't get away from me. So Chuvi's banned for all time.
God, that like
it's so quick.
axe kick is so awkward.
And the knockdown is just forever. Oh, it juggles too? Man alive. It juggled you like this high.
Oh, I remember now.
It's Wolverine.
So this guy's weapon
He's got
damage.
a cleaver?
Yeah, this guy's weapon damage is ludicrous. I remember at a certain point some people figured that out, and it was just like, this is I think who Snuggle Guns ended up playing at one point.
Uh-huh.
I didn't play him, so I don't know his moves, but he had some pretty ridiculous moves.
Whoa. Don't know what to follow it up with. Just flying in the air. Oof. Bad times. Hey, I got something.
Let's see. His name Riga.
I said we were going till 10, but clearly we're going till just before they force us to separate for all time.
Right, he's a charge character, so he has like several command throws.
So my plan is, whenever Allison is here and available and willing, to just sort of have her practice special moves with me. See how good we can get somebody in captivity who has nothing better to do. I'll probably go through metal slugs and things like that, try and work out a nice run. Oh, you got it? Is that your Rekka?
It's like back forward punch, back forward punch. It's hard. I'm terrible at charge characters. Oh. Is that nuts? There you go.
Oh, cool. Yeah, big combo potential there.
But I think it may have been some command normal that they were doing that was just absurd, that I don't know which one. I don't know. That move, that command move, will like stun, I think. That one.
Oh yeah,
Shoulder
like a throw.
tackle. Yeah.
Oh.
Trying to do 360.
Oh, is it 360? Is it grab?
Yeah.
Get close.
He has like.
Let's see what it is.
Yeah.
If you jump and land with the 360, that's usually the easiest way.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do it. Make sure I'm gonna do. Yeah, it's 360B.
Not sure what brought up the cheat database, but C to exit. C?
Oh. Yeah, I don't know how I did that. Oh, it's charge back then forward punch. Yeah, I mean, we could still end it at 10. If we do a couple more and then like.
I mean, I'm never gonna get to see anybody again, so I'm not looking to hurry up and go to sleep tonight. To be honest with you, I mean at midnight, sure, but if they're gonna tell me I can never see anybody again, you don't appear to be coughing.
No.
Oh, that looked nice.
Yeah, that's a command throw, but he does it at the end of a roll, so
yeah.
It's like really long animation. Yeah, so I think it's like he does this shoulder tackle, and then you have to follow it up with back forward punch again.
Some of those SNK moves are just punishingly hard. I think about some of the Samurai Showdown Desperation moves.
Well,
like,
and you were there for the Real Bout tournament. Real Bout has like just the weirdest super move combinations.
Yeah.
Where it's like end on diagonal.
Oof. The cleaver.
And then there's the quote-unquote S&K motion, which...
So...
Oh, that didn't connect. Yeah, you can follow up that stun with a half circle forward punch, and he charges forward and grabs. So if you hit him with that stun ground fireball, then do that.
Oh, nice. It's so disorienting me to have that long to play with when to know. Like, I feel like I should be jumping over your head every time, just to like play extra mind games with you.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any sort of like recovery.
Because it is so long. You fall to the ground, and I could.
Hey, that'd be good.
Blomgren says he's down to play some breakers with me. Nice.
Well, maybe I should figure out how to.
Yeah, you should.
To
We're all
fight
stuck.
Caden,
We're all stuck.
Then I can bust out my Pierre. You want low tier fighting.
Yeah, we've been using Fightcade 2. Lego is trying to get the ROMs and everything distributed to everyone. It's not arcade, but it's going to have to do until we get free play back, but we will. We rally together, as we have.
I see dizzy recovery. I don't see anything about like rolling out from falling or anything.
Yeah, you're probably just stuck there.
Yeah.
Super elaborate fall animation.
Pierre's voice is so good.
The move is so ridiculous. Pull the shirt off. Sell me some watches.
He's unleashing the crows from inside his chest.
Of course.
I mean, like, that's the other thing is, like, this is definitely reveals part of my personality and why we're playing obscure games in J2J and why I play characters that I play. But it's just like, I don't want to play the character everybody else is playing. There you go. See, you finally did it. And that's why I started playing Pierre and Breakers, because, like, I started out playing Rila, and then everybody else is playing Rila because she's very good. So I was like, I'm just going to pick somebody else that nobody else is going to pick. And now I just love Pierre. He's super fun.
Yeah, that's usually the way it works. Like, you find one. You find one that speaks to you. And that's the one you should stick with. Like,
I think this guy's a monk. I'm trying to remember. Got like two different ninjas. Two different monks. We got like the giant monk with the big prayer beads around him. I think this guy's also a monk. Or he's like, you know, the exorcist kind of monk. Yeah, I forget what that thing's called, but it looks like two little claws. Anyway, that's his weapon. So another good reason to have flashing weapons. Because it's like, yeah, you can barely tell.
yeah, mine's small, but like when I whip it out, it's forever long.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be a bad thing if you mistake that one. Get over! Nope. Get over here.
Especially since I can make laser swords come out of the ends of mine.
Nice.
But basically, I think what we're looking at here with the two monks is one's a Shinto monk and one's a Buddhist monk.
I'm not familiar with Shinto.
Shintoism is it's interesting because like it's you could on the one hand you could say it's not really practiced in Japan much anymore, and you could that would basically be accurate. But at the same time, you could say it's the most popular religion in Japan, and that would also be accurate. It's one of those things where like it's just so there's so many it has so many traditions that it just kind of stuck around, and people do much like people who aren't
like Christmas
Christian.
trees?
Yeah, much like people who aren't Christmas do Christmassy things.
Right.
So if you watched anime, you've probably seen a Shinto shrine. They're the ones with the torii gates.
Yeah.
So that's a Shinto thing. Basically, Shintoism, there's gods inside everything. So, you know, there's a particularly cool anime that I like called Kamichu, which is about a girl in a... If you like anime, I recommend Kamichu, and I recommend the dub. The dub is very adorable.
Is it available on any of the streaming services?
I don't know, because I own the DVDs, so I've never looked. It's probably on Crunchyroll or something.
I only say because we're all stuck at home with no ability to get anything.
Correct. It's old, so it's got to be somewhere, because like it's probably not very expensive. But basically, the premise is that there's a girl who she's like a grade school girl. I think they're in high school. I think they're like first years or something. Who becomes a god. She just wakes up one day and she's a god. And so it shows all these other like gods
they're all jealous.
That she has to interact with, and they range from like large to small. It's like if you watch Spirited Away, that's a better example. Yeah. Like just, you know, a lot of the little spirits that you see are basically in Shintoism, they're gods. It's like you might have a god in that. There's like a god of a discarded aluminum can, and it's just like a little, you know, kind of Japanese style spirit pushing around a can. So I mean, that's basically Shintoism. Is like there's lots of spirits / gods inside everything.
Well, all around. I've definitely dated some hidden practitioners of Shintoism that would not throw away anything. Lest they forget, lest they offend the god of the pizza box.
Nature-based, yeah, like basically, yeah, because there's spirits and gods within everything in Shintoism. So. If you see a priestess, like a shrine priestess in anime, with a very stereotypical like shrine priestess outfit, those are generally Shinto shrine priestesses. You've probably seen them as fighting game characters in certain anime fighting games. There's definitely one in Arcana Heart. I don't remember if you were there. We did Arcana Heart, J2J once.
No, I felt bad. You probably know how much I work. When Wednesday came around, I always had Killer Queen players looking for lost time, and I felt bad about not going to J2J more.
Probably.
And yet I would be exhausted. And then Pinball League started on Wednesday, and it was just like, I just can't.
Probably, like, sort of the most successful J2J as far as doing what I wanted it to do, because it's not like we had tons of people, but there were people who showed up that I had never seen before, who weren't necessarily fighting game players. There were just these two random people that were like, yeah, I love Arcana Heart, and they were just really excited. They weren't necessarily good. They were just like excited that we were playing Arcana Heart. One of them really liked Dorothy, which is the character I play. Oh.
I didn't look up any moves, so I just knew how to activate. She's still active.
Yep. Oh, activation, I think, gave me some invulnerability.
I wonder if I can air throw you. She seems to have, everything seems to have an air throw. Nice. Oh my goodness. Didn't do a ton of damage, but yeah, that's what you got to do to that move. You can interrupt it. Boom. That was a big damage.
I'm curious. I meant to look this up earlier and I forgot.
Oh, they did clip it.
What is it? What did they clip? I don't know what they're talking about.
I'm not sure.
I'm trying to figure out if hyper mode does anything besides let you use the super. It doesn't explain. It kind of seems like we're a little faster in hyper mode. Probably do more damage.
So I was going to try and throw. I didn't. I can throw, yeah.
J2J games always remind me of Poverty Fighters in the FGC. What is the FGC?
Fighting game community, but I don't know what poverty fighters are.
I heard somebody say that at a J2J once. Small damage looks cool.
Probably the throw. The throw did not do a bunch of damage.
Oh.
But it doesn't matter.
Small damage but looks cool. Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Usually refers to older, lesser-known titles. Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
I actually think I've heard Mike say that is what it was, yeah.
If that's what the definition is, then absolutely Journey to Journeyman games are that.
Well, you know, like, if it'd be interesting to people here, hold on. We're getting close to, like, where we gotta end it, but let's do...
When do you want to get out of here?
I don't know, before I'm arrested.
Yeah. It's 11:59. How much buffer do you want to have? I'll set an alarm.
I mean, I'm like...
It's 10 now. So.
Yeah, I'm like 7 minutes away. So.
Okay, so set an alarm for 11:45 p.m. There you go.
So let's do like 2 out of 3 serious match.
Who do I use? Does it matter?
Whoever you want.
I'll stick with her.
And then you can play some computer while I'll tell everybody if they're interested. I'll go over all the games that we've done in J2J since we seem to have a lot of people who are interested in what it was but didn't know about it.
Mm-hmm. Wednesdays.
Yeah, which was one of the problems. Like I said, it was not really official. I think at the end it was sort of kind of becoming official. Because we put it on the calendar.
Well, it depends on
eventually.
Like, yeah, yeah. It was a quasi thing because it was like if you're talking about official, like Corey posted on the official page.
Right.
Then almost none of our events that were successful were official. But then the community group, like having the can't throw afterwards. Get one follow up. The community group like had some regular events and it never literally like crossed into that mind space where it was like Tuesday night fights.
Sure wish I could do Dragon Punches more reliably. But anyway, because of that, we're never posted on the event page.
Yeah.
So it was just like I tried to post twice a week on it. I'd post on Monday saying, hey, this is what we're doing this week. Come out for this. And then, oops, I did not mean to jump it. I quarter circled into a jump. So I did the weapon throw. I'm not like useless without a weapon, but man.
Oof.
Damn it. I started doing the super. I think so. They're talking about this clip. I don't know what this clip is. So that was
I don't know. We probably said something
one to
terrible.
you. Yeah, I lost my train of thought.
We'll check it out later.
So it was like I would post on Monday, and then I would post again on Wednesday to remind people. But it's still like just a post in the community group. So
Right.
It could get completely lost.
And the community group posting got way bigger in the last year. It used to be my thought was 5 posts a day and try and space them out for 2 hours in between. So you get content kind of like this, right? 10 hours of content spaced out. And then it just went nuts. And we were getting 12 posts a day, and I couldn't post any of them without feeling like it would get erased, like you said. And really, I think as a moderator, admin, my relative fame within the group meant my posts got some added notoriety, but overall I felt the attention on specific posts was much tighter.
But yeah, I just there were definitely some times where I got pretty discouraged with the turnout, and I really do think that part of it is just, clearly a lot of people didn't even know it existed. So.
Yeah, it takes some time to get that thing, to get a following. You need a few, and then from the few people can rally around. But I do think J2J's got a future if you want it. Although it might involve more, nights where you're just playing you and Mike and just having fun anyway.
Well, certainly what we were gravitating towards, at least for a while, we were going to do this at least for a while, was doing it only every other week.
Yeah, and that works too. Making it more limited.
No.
What was
I thought
that?
I was on the ground. I threw my sword. I thought I'd landed, so I tried to do the crow. No.
Neutral jump. That's another cool. Boy, these animations are great.
I lost. Okay. Yeah, so that's the menu for the universe BIOS. That lets you change the region and all
that. He says change the location. So you got to understand about Josh. He lives across the street from Free Play Richardson. So it's just not his job to drive out to Denton. So it's probably not going to happen. But yes.
right.
It's yes
that's
and
the
no.
thing, because like I was explaining with the way it started, it was I want to learn to be a little better at fighting games, and it started with me playing games that I was interested in. So you're on arcade mode, so you can just so that's why it was at Free Play Richardson, because I live across the street.
Yeah, and if I don't know if Derek wanted to do that, like maybe if somebody wanted to run Journey to Journeyman and be the Journey to Journeyman guy in Denton, that would make more sense, because they have games back there. You have obscure fighters in Denton, Free Play Denton at all times, and if they're willing to toss it into the MVS card or something, then you could have the Journey to Journeyman North, and it was always a quasi event anyway. All you had to talk. The only person you have to talk into it is either Marcos or Derek, whoever's there.
And we picked Wednesday because that was the day with the least events. Because sometimes it was Killer Queen.
Right.
Killer Queen was at that point only once a month in Richardson.
Yes, and also the Killer Queen players usually weren't gravitating towards fighting games at all.
Right.
So it wasn't like it was poaching anything. But given the way that the J2J has a small dwelling, and like you guys are saying in the chat, you'd rather go it dissuades you from going because it's in Richardson. I mean, maybe just sponsor it yourself in Arlington or whatever. I'm sure.
I mean, and that
Andy,
definitely
Andy
is
Nubbs would run it.
Like there are other
And
problems.
that might be Andy Nubbs' comment, by the way.
There are other problems besides people just not knowing about it. Like Wednesday's not a day when people go out a lot. It's only in Richardson. Those are other problems. But we had reasons for doing it on Wednesday, and we have reasons for doing it in Richardson. But anyway, I have the list here. So if you want to know all the games that we've done, I'll start with the games that I listed as failures. So here's the 4 games that I consider to have been a failure as a J2J event. Attacks. I already mentioned that. Pocket Fighter. Because Pocket Fighter was just Dina beating all of us up over and over. Project Justice, which nobody really played. The people who showed up ended up playing Unist instead.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
And that was also just Logan beating Alyssa. And using like some weird glitch where you can go off the top of the screen with your character but still do fireballs and they show up down here.
Oh my goodness. Rainbow mode, Rainbow Edition stuff.
And then Rage of the Dragons, sadly, for Carlos.
Yeah.
Nobody really came out for it, and I personally bounced off that game. I don't think it's bad. It's just like I didn't like the way it felt, the way it played. Everybody felt like they were moving through jelly. Everything just seemed slow. Yes, Project Justice is Rival Schools 2. Yeah.
Rival School is such a weird looking game. The animations in Capcom 3D fighters of that era. That's what it is, right? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and Street Fighter EX, I think, is 3D fighter version. They just look so janky, especially compared to like Tekken and the fluid motion that they would put in.
those are the 4 games that were failures. So here's all the other games, and this is the order that I have them in from what I thought was the most successful to least successful. This is just me trying to figure this out. I was going to eventually at some point at least try to get the regulars to give me their input on this. I never got around to it, but well, I'll start at the bottom and go up. So Last Blade 2, that's all the way at the bottom. That was like the second game we did, so we didn't have regulars coming out at that point or anything. So it kind of just gets put at the bottom just because, you know, nobody was really coming at that point. Above that is Beasterizer, which was the last J2J. Beasterizer was fun for a while, and then it's just a game where you get to a certain point where you're like, okay, I get it, and then you're just kind of done. Like it's simple and it's fun because it's simple, but there's also just like so little to it that you're like, okay, I get it now. I don't really need to play this anymore.
Man, that super is cheap. He did that balls around him, so I couldn't attack him without getting auto-punished. Every one of his hits comboed into something. Yeah, that was rough.
Above that, we've got Astra Superstars. Did you see that game?
No. What is that?
Astra Superstars is, so we did a day, so we've had a few days where we do more than one game, where we switch every hour or so, because we're doing it for like 4 hours or whatever. And we do that for like...
lore, right?
Thanks for the follow.
We do that for the games that are maybe not good enough to be a whole day. So it's like, I think I was calling it something Shuffle Showdown. But it's just like the janky games, because the Neo Geo has so many. And we switch every hour. We also had a day where we did all the Sunsoft fighting games, because Sunsoft made 3 fighting games. Sunsoft, known for making Waku Waku 7. They did 2 other fighting games, one before and one after. Astra Superstars was the one that came after. It was on the STV, which is the same system that Die Hard Arcade was on. And it's this really weird fighting game where you're flying all the time.
Okay. Better than Power Stone?
It doesn't work like the flying in the DBZ fighting game where you just hold up and move around. The way it actually works, like it has a plane that that the 2 players stand on, but you can press up and you basically float up. So you basically jump. You have a jump, but you move very slowly back to the middle. And if you hold up, you'll move even slower back to the middle. But you can also press down and basically jump downwards, and then you'll flow back to the middle.
It's like a Mech Warrior game combined with a fighting game.
And there, you can block in that game, but guards get broken pretty easily. So it's more about like pushing up or down to dodge in the right direction, and then coming in on the opponent and doing like a bunch of combos, because the game has 4 buttons and no special moves. Like no commands, no special move commands. What you have is you have 2 attack buttons, and then you have 2 other buttons that are different depending upon the character. So like some characters, the other 2 buttons might shoot out an icicle or something like that. And then you had a super you could do by hitting 2 of the buttons, and another super you could do by hitting 2 of the other buttons, and that's it. There's no like quarter circles or anything like that. So it's all just like pushing the buttons together in the right way to do combos.
By the way, the shade I threw at Power Stone was actually aimed at our guys. I'm sorry. I'm tired. And really the only shade I throw at that is because they also went on to produce Tekken 4, which is the most garbage of Tekken games. And I will definitely go to the bat for that one.
Boat Guy's not Arthur, is it?
Boat Guy?
Yeah.
No, Boat Guy is Jeremy with us.
Okay. Because he's saying the same thing that Arthur always says, that we're like, no, Arthur, no.
Shinbu. That's Arthur.
Arthur's always like, we got to get 2 versus cities for Power Stone.
Oh, you're right. Like he is myopically obsessed with that. Yes.
And it's like, no.
Yeah.
We're not giving 2 versus cities to one game. What we were gonna do, and hopefully maybe someday we'll do again, because we do have one, is if you look it up, yeah, there was a Royal Rumble cabinet for the Royal Rumble arcade game that is basically like if you cut a versus city in half and then kind of rotate the 2 sides so that they're angled, and then put 2-player setups on each side. So it's like 2 monitors kind of angled at a 45-degree angle away from each other with 2 players on each one. So that's what we were going to turn into a Power Stone 2. So yeah, above Astro Superstars, we've got Under Night. Under Night was originally higher, and it went way down because we did it a second time with the new update for Uniclear, and like nobody showed up. And I was like, well, if nobody comes out for the update, then clearly there's not much interest.
We actually got the cab for Power Stone too, as Power Stone as well, right? We picked up a Royal Rumble.
Yeah, we bought. That's what I was saying. We were going to turn a Royal Rumble into a Power Stone 2.
Yeah, I remember that was the plan for a while, and then just one auction it came up, and Corey grabbed it with everything else. That was the one that Mike B was the auction, the manager for the most part of it, for the beginning part, and then Corey came at the end. And it was like, there we go.
Yeah, exactly. It's angled kind of like a cyber wall.
Yes.
Above that, we have some of the jank games that we did. So Voltage Fighter Gao Kaiser, which actually plays kind of like an early. No, I'm thinking of the other one. Voltage Fighter is based off an anime, or had an anime based off it. I don't know. Has ridiculous character designs.
Yeah, we had a Wheel of Fighters. It had a memorable match with Jeremy Golan.
Above that was Galaxy Fight, so that was Sunsoft's first fighting game. I actually had fun when we played that. The interesting thing about that game is it has no walls, which I think kind of makes it. I think that game might actually work well as like a beginner fighting game, because the characters don't have very many moves. They only have like 3 or 4 special moves each. And there's no walls, so you don't have to worry about getting quartered.
Oh my goodness, he has a roll. Oh, that's the roll into. Okay. It's some evasive properties, but not. See, I don't know what to do here. Because the moment I hit him, I hit him with anything, even like an air-to-air, I got auto-punished with the orbs.
And then above Galaxy Fight, we have Martial Masters, which makes me really sad because I really like that game. But
yes,
our regulars did not like it. Me and my friend David played it a lot and liked it, but Ernest the Snuggleguts did not like it.
The only thing I didn't like about Martial Masters was well, there's 2 things: picking the same character 3 times, and really just the length of the matches, because it's a KOF, knockoff in some way.
But yeah, because it's a tag game, but not really a tag game, because you can't tag. It's like, for those who haven't played Martial Masters, what you do is you pick 3 characters, but you can pick the same character multiple times, because what you're doing is you're picking the character you're playing in each round. So instead of it being like a team that you tag out on, it's like in round 1 you're playing this character, and when they die you're going to play this character. And
right, you could use 2 of the same character, 3 of the same character. It was still like beautiful. The animations were great. Even better than this game.
It would be so much better if it was just straight one-on-one game.
Yeah, that's the thing. And there's not even a one-on-one mode. And I just don't understand why.
And then above that was Ninja Masters. Like I said, turnout wasn't great. I think it was because of the weather. Above that was Neo Geo Battle Coliseum, and I explained this when we were talking about it.
This is Ninja Masters. I mean, does it look so bad? I don't know. You guys tell me. I'm having fun playing it. The AI is exactly what I want in an AI, which is like it'll allow you to walk in and try a move, right? Like I don't feel like I'm getting railed by this computer. I'm just, occasionally does something cheap, and that's fine.
No, Jeremy, Neo Geo Battle Coliseum is not at the bottom because you were excited about it. Like I said, turnout and how much fun people had with it, interest pushes it up. Like Neo Geo Battle Coliseum is not a bad game, and I don't hate it. It's just also not an amazing game. Is the thing. It's like it's right in the middle, right? It's just so average that it's just that it loses out because there's so many fighting games, right? There's so many fighting games out there that are cool that when you're only average, that's like not good enough, I guess.
Ah, yes. So bad it's good, like a Time Killers or Killer Instinct. That falls into that category for me.
I think Neo Geo Battle Coliseum is better than Killer Instinct.
I think almost everything's better than Killer Instinct.
Above that is Tatsunoko versus Capcom.
Did you guys do J2D on that?
Yeah, and I went all out for it, and nobody really came and played. I brought the Wii. So that we could have both the arcade and the Wii version, because the Wii version has like 8 characters that the arcade version doesn't have. Did you accidentally not continue? Or
Maybe.
Or was that the end? Did you win?
I don't think I won. I don't think I won.
But yeah, it's Tatsunoko. Then above that was Kabuki Clash. That's another one of the Shuffle Showdown games we did. That one is interesting because it's trying to be a 6-button fighter, but it's on a Neo Geo. So you do the heavy slashes
by holding the button long?
No, by hitting both at the same time. So you hit both kicks to do the heavy kicks, and you hit both punches to do the punch.
Weird.
It's got a very bright, colorful anime style. Kabuki Clash does. It's based off of a RPG series called Far East of Eden. And then above that is Ragnagard. So Ragnagard is an ugly game. Ugly game. It's got early pre-rendered CG graphics. But the gameplay is interesting because it kind of plays like an early progenitor of anime fighters.
I'm going to look up a super move. High time I tried something. Who am I playing as again?
You were playing as Kasumi. Half circle back forward A and B. Spins forward, drilling into the opponent.
Did you say half circle forward?
Half circle back, then forward A and B.
Got it. Do you have to be activated for that?
Yeah.
Okay,
cool. Or your life flashing red.
Okay.
You have a command throw.
What's that?
It's weird.
Is it in the air?
Quarter circle forward, back forward, plus B.
Back?
I got
it.
Quarter circle forward, then back forward, B. So she flips over the opponent and slams their head in the ground.
Okay.
Well, you also have, I think you have charge moves.
Trade? We didn't clash.
Okay, so yeah, Ragnagard is kind of like an early anime fighter. It felt like anime fightery the way it played. Ernest really liked that one. It was interesting when we did the first Shuffle Showdown. It was Ragnagard, Kabuki Clash, and Voltage Fighter, and all the regulars showed up. So it was me, Mike, Ernest, and Snuggle Guns, and we all had a different game that we liked the most out of the ones that we played. So. Above that is Waku Waku 7, which is so when we did Waku Waku 7, we played 3 different modes. So normally, for those who don't know, when Waku Waku 7 is out, we have it on what is the default setting, which is auto charge level 1. So your super bar automatically charges.
There's your super.
So your super bar automatically charges over time without you doing anything.
Yes, and that we actually Chase jumped into the request line and was talking about his favorite Tuesday Night Fights moment was that winning that tournament, and so we pulled up the Tuesday Night Fights and talked over it. Yeah, it was crazy. You never heard anybody with 7 supers at the end of the round? They didn't know how to super.
Johnny was excited for TBC, and I think he played it a bit.
He honestly thought he was going to win Evo if they would have gone through it with having the tournament on it.
But yeah, so we played it when we did it on J2J. We turned off auto charge because I had read online. People were like, "You play with the auto charge off. That's the default." And it's like, no, that's not true. If you just plug in the game, the default is auto charge. But so we played it with auto charge off, which I did not like because I was so used to having auto charge on that I play Arena.
Oh, this guy looks like from Martial Masters. What's his name? The guy who drops urns on your head.
Yeah.
What is it?
The other Buddhist monk, giant Buddhist monk with
is this
prayer
based?
beads.
Is this based on a real person?
No, not based on a real person, but it's definitely like an archetype, right? Giant muscular Buddhist monk with prayer beads, especially in fighting games. But we play with auto charge off, and I normally play Arena, who is the lowest tier because their damage is so low. But I'm just so used to doing EX moves all the time because that costs a bar. So I'm so used to like having bar all the time. So playing with auto charge off was like, it just didn't seem that as exciting. And then we played it with auto charge. So there's higher level auto charges. We play with auto charge level 3, which is the highest, and it was absurd.
Just never-ending super attacks.
Yeah. Then above that is match or melee. We banned Poochie when we played it.
Yeah. We banned him again. What was it, last night?
Yeah.
It's just boring. That's boring. Just seeing Poochie over and over again is boring.
And above that was Plasma Sword, which we've had at events before. I don't know. I don't think we've ever actually like had it out. But that's like a 3D fighter from Capcom that I used to play all the time on Dreamcast. It's a sequel to Star Gladiator.
That was always the event game.
Yeah.
We see it at Let's Play Game Expos, at Wide World of Fighting Games.
And then above that is Melty Blood, done by the company who made Unist before they made Unist. It started as like a Dojin fighter, like a literal Dojin fighter, based off of an anime called Tsukihime, which was made by Type Moon, who eventually made Fate Stay Night, which is much more popular. But they did a Dojin fighter based off of it, and then eventually it became like an official game. Dojin being like fan-made works in Japan. And then it eventually became an official game, and they got an arcade release, and we played Melty Blood. I think the version we played is Act Cadenza, I think. Whatever the last version was.
I wonder if I can super him in the air. I'm going to try it. I don't know if I have enough time.
And Snuggle Guns likes Tsukihime better than Fate. I mean, it might be better. I'm just saying Fate's more popular. For sure. But yeah, we played Melty Blood, anime fighter. It's like Unist, early Unist, kind of. And then above that, I got Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. That's a little bit of personal bias. I like Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. But people seem to really enjoy playing it, too. We had several people who hadn't played it before, and they were like, hey, this is actually really cool. We played that on the Red Bull Cab. We're like the only official or semi-official event, I think, that does anything with the Red Bull Cab. Have we ever done a TNF with a Red Bull Cab?
Yes. No. We definitely haven't. Yeah, that's the only one for sure.
Yeah, so if you want to experience some more modern fighters, you're only really going to see them on J2J.
Yeah, it's just because we're an arcade. I always went away from the modern console fight, the console based fighters. Like, I know it's technically an arcade cabinet, but
well, yeah, and I'm always like, there's part of me there's part of me that's like, yes, this is the way it should be. We're an arcade. We should stick with arcade stuff. But then there's also part of me who's like, there's all these cool, obscure fighters that only have console releases, and I want to play them too.
No, I totally understand. Like
I want to play.
I want to see them fighting turds. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I want to play Asuka on Sega
Super
Saturn.
never ends.
On Sega Saturn, I want to play Asuka burning 120%. I think I've got the name wrong. It's a weird name. Above that, Arcana Heart 3. Like I said, I thought that was really successful just because we got people I've never seen before. And then above that is Rumblefish 2. That's Snogogun's favorite. We played that one twice. It's a really interesting game. I've had a hard time with learning how to be good at it, but I know that Snogoguns and Ernest both really like it. So
Which one was that?
I'm perfectly fine with bringing it out because they like it. Rumblefish 2.
Ah, yes.
And Arthur likes it too, although he's not really gotten to play a whole lot. He didn't get to play it all the first time we brought it out. The second time he was kind of busy, but he got in some matches. And then above that is Fate Unlimited Codes, a fighting game based off of the other type mood thing that I mentioned, Fate Stay Night. That's a pretty neat 3D fighter. Above that is Guilty Gear Double X. I'm not as good at that game as I remember being way back in the day.
Guilty Gear XX #reload, that one?
Yeah, I think we did Reload.
Yeah.
I think we did Reload. And then above that is Dead or Alive 2. So that's a guess because I was not there for that.
What did
Mike told me it was successful.
What was that?
Dead or Alive 2?
Pass on that one. You'll never get me excited about a Team Ninja game.
2's the only one I really played. I played it way back on the Dreamcast.
The most notable thing in my mind about DOA games is that it's the game series that brought us Sonic Fox. So, for whatever that's worth.
Is that, yeah, it was saying it was successful?
What's that?
Boat guy? He said, yeah, it was. I think he was saying...
Oh, that's what brought us Sonic Fox.
Yeah. Or no, it's saying it was... oh, no, he was talking about Guilty Gear Double X.
Oh, yeah.
He was saying, yeah, it was Reload. Okay. He was saying it was Reload. There seems to be a lot of excitement about the idea of possibly playing them fighting her still in the chat.
Oh, I'm not the only... Okay. It's so ridiculous. Like the art. Because of course it is.
Right. Snuggleguns brings up an interesting thing. So like the first time we played Rumblefish, there was like if J2J has done anything, it has started a scene in another city.
What?
There was randomly this guy. He's a friend of somebody, right? Was he your friend or he was somebody's friend who was visiting, right? But he was visiting from Houston. He's a Houston player that was in town, and I think he had played it a little bit before, or he had played the first one. The main thing I remember about him, the thing that Mike always brings up, is that guy really liked Street Fighter EX2, specifically EX2 Plus. Yeah, so he was Snugglegun's friend, yeah, who was visiting from Houston, and he played Rumblefish 2 with us during the first time we did it in J2J, and liked the game so much that he got a scene started back in Houston.
That's really cool to hear. It's not hard to do. You just take it to your friends and we're gonna try this game.
He's part of the group that runs Alpha 2 and VSAV at Texas Show.
Oh, okay.
So now we get into the top 5. Okay, so the top 5. Number 5, JoJo's. Like I said, it was a little awkward as a J2J game because we had to make a pro cabinet, but it was very popular. Mm-hmm. People really liked it, so I have to put it pretty high on the list. The first Rumblefish had a small scene way back in the day at Animation Town in Irvine. I don't know
that was after my time. Animation Town was at Valley View Mall for me.
Yeah, I don't know how drastically different 1 and 2 are from each other.
Holy cow. You are right. I get unlimited ones, and I get punished.
Yeah. There's actually a lot of Neo Geo games that are like that, where you're in desperation mode. You could just do an infinite number of level 1 supers, basically. And then above that is, funniest of all, our fourth most successful J2J is SBC Chaos.
Bring it back.
People had a lot of fun playing that game, I think just because it's so janky. Everybody's reaction to that is it's a terrible game, and it's like, yes, it is, but people had fun. That's the most important part. And Mike almost decided. Mike was like, "I'm gonna buy this" after we played it. After playing SVC Chaos, he decided to buy one.
There must be like a number of credits I can use. I burn out. I can never motivate myself to try.
It might limit your credits.
Yeah.
Switching to
There's no need.
Arcade version might.
There's no meaning. I can never motivate myself to really try hard against
Valley
the computer.
View.
Yeah, Valley View.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was that where Cyberzone was?
Yes, but before Cyberzone, Animation Town was there.
But there was also a Cyberzone in RSM, right?
Yes, I believe so.
I think that's the one I went to.
Gotcha.
Is the Cyberzone in RSM.
Did you live in the same place?
Square Mall.
Did you live in the same place? That would have been like across the street from you.
No. I lived, at that time I was going to UTD. So I was living on campus at UTD.
Gotcha. Oh, there's your command throw.
And then after that I lived all the way over on Preston. But yeah, Richardson Square Mall is actually like almost exactly where Free Play is. But it's where the Target and
yeah, the Sears there was part of it.
Was part of it, yeah. So the Target, Lowe's, and all that stuff. Yeah.
Perfect.
For a long time, I still had the little Cyberzone like key fob thing.
I had my American flag GameWorks card for the longest time. I finally chucked it. I got like one GameWorks shirt now. I only let myself keep one of the swag I had. I had a really obnoxious bomber jacket. The things you'll do when the cute hostess asks you.
Right. Rumblefish 2 is made by Dimps. Do you know who Dimps is?
No.
So Dimps developed like a bunch of. Early on, they developed like the DBZ Budokai games and some other anime licensed fighters, but they actually are the company that develop Street Fighter 5.
So they're terrible.
And they still do a lot of the, except for fighters, they do the other like Dragon Ball. So they do like Xenoverse. They did the majority of SF4 2. So
I have to say, as someone who gets people into retro fighting games, Street Fighter V might be my favorite fighting game of all time. It has thrown so many people at that. Like just anything else.
Okay, so yeah, above SVC Chaos, we got our top 3. These are the ones that I think are like the J2Jist of J2J games. Number 3 is Akatsuki Blitzkampf. Now, having it at third is probably unfair because we've only played it once, so maybe if we played it again, it wouldn't be that well. But I feel like when we played it the one time, everybody who played it thought it was good. Like, a lot of this is just my impression, right? It's not like I'm sitting here asking these people. It seemed like everybody had fun. It seemed like everybody thought it was a good game. It seemed like everybody was willing to revisit it. It is a little problematic because it's,
the Nazi imagery or potential Nazi imagery.
So technically there is no Nazi imagery, but they're very clearly modeled after Nazis. Like they have the uniforms, right?
And you can fight as them too. It's not like Metal Slug where you're killing pseudo Nazis.
So there's characters who have uniforms that are modeled after German uniforms from World War II, and there are characters who have uniforms modeled after Japanese soldiers from World War II. But their uniforms don't have any of the typical Nazi imagery on them. Like not just the swastika, but they don't even have like the Iron Eagle or any of that stuff. And it's technically set in the future. So if you want to say the word technically a lot, you can technically say it technically doesn't have Nazis in it, but it basically has Nazis in it.
Yeah, gotcha.
So it is a little awkward. It is a fun game, gameplay-wise, but yeah.
Ask the chat if anyone wants to hear my Nazi story. See if we can get us banned. I have a Nazi story.
Well, we'll see what they say about that while I say what the top 2 games are. So like number two is Real Bout.
Oh, so good.
It's a good game. Yeah. It's a good game. Everybody agrees. Pretty much everybody who comes out for it agrees that it's a good game, except for Logan, who thinks that Real Bout Special is better for some reason. Also apparently Tyler doesn't like it, which is why I banned him from all further future J2J. And that's also the one we've revisited the most. We played it 3 times. And then above Real Bout 2, we got Breaker's Revenge. Like I think that's a pretty easy choice because I definitely, like, again, without even asking anybody, I definitely think everybody can pretty much agree that that's probably the best game that we've played for J2J, or at least the one that they like the most and want to play the most. And Nibs wants to hear the Nazi story.
So at my old job,
Mental Lizard doesn't want us banned.
I'm not getting us banned. At my old job, I got but like, excuse me, they had I had a printing job come out of Israel, and this guy was a historian, and he was doing archaeological digs in like Israeli sites, like early Israeli settlements and stuff. I'm not sure why you had to dig from that, but like he was. But he had some stuff that he needed for his book, and it was like original like Nazi documents, and it was so creepy to see like Nazi documents like with the stamped with the Nazi symbol, and it was just so creepy. And if he wasn't like clearly who he represented himself to be, of a Israeli historian, like it really like made me like so take a double take. But like he also had like pictures of all of his archaeological digs, and you could see it was he was legit, but man, it was scary. It was you're holding people's death warrants, and it's got Nazi symbols on it.
I can only imagine. I haven't seen that stuff personally, but like that's the sort of thing you see in movies, like Indiana Jones. You see stuff like that, but it always feels like this ridiculous prop.
Right, exactly.
And then you see it in real life, and it's like, oh, this is a real thing. Yeah,
no, it's all fun and games when we're blowing up Robo Hitler and Wolfenstein, but man, that's rough. That's more than rough. There's my Nazi story.
There's your Nazi story. We'll go back to fun video game time.
Right. With possible pseudo-Nazis.
Snowgun said wins Karnov. Karnov's on versus would be sick. They've done Karnov for CNF, right? Or was it for Neo Geo?
SNK Monthly. Yeah, it was SNK Monthly, wasn't it? Yeah. Balloon.
So the thing about Karnov, and I will get to I'll relate this to talking about the things we had planned. So I also had a list of games that I was thinking of wanting to do. And I had a bit of a schedule also planned out before all this happened. And that will be a shorter list because I'm just going to tell you all the names. We haven't played them, so I don't really have anything to say about a lot of them. But Karnov, my thing with Karnovs is that like it's so similar to ST, and already we play Breakers, which is kind of similar to ST.
Yeah, Breakers
and I was just like, do we need another ST? I still had it on the list to do eventually, and certainly if people are interested, I want to do it. But like, I personally wasn't super excited about it because it was just like, okay, this is another game that's in this category, and I'd rather do something more different. But yeah, so the things that I specifically had planned for the next 3 weeks when this got canceled was we were going to revisit BlitzConf. We were going to do Capcom Fighting Jam, which is kind of like Neo Geo Battle Coliseum, where it's like a versus game, but only with one company. So it's just like characters from a bunch of different Capcom games. One of the most interesting things about it is it has characters from Warzard, which is the CPS3 game that nobody plays. I don't know if you were there for that conversation. The CPS3.
I think I was.
CPS3 has 6 games, technically only 3.
Yeah, Street Fighter 3.
Yeah, the 3 different
Second
versions.
Impact, Third Strike.
Yeah.
JoJo's has 4.
JoJo's has 2 versions, and then
and then
Warzard is on there. So Warzard is this weird fighting game where you play 2-player, but you can play co-op. It's 2 players versus 1 big computer boss, which is interesting. But like Capcom Fighting Jam is the game where you can actually play them in a normal 1v1 fighting game scenario. It's also kind of similar to Neo Geo Battle Coliseum, where it's like not a bad game, but it's also just not excitingly good. And then we were going to do another Shuffle Showdown, and the Shuffle Showdown, somebody mentioned Kazuna Encounter. We were going to do Kazuna Encounter as one of those games. Also Savage Rain, which Kazuna Encounter is the sequel to. And
definitely play that one.
Aggressors of Dark Combat, which is a really weird fighting game where it's like basically ADK, who made this game, decided, let's do a fighting game that's a beat 'em up. So it plays like a beat 'em up, like you move slowly forward and back into the background and that sort of thing. You walk around the stage and there's items you can pick up. So ADK made 3 Ninja games on Neo Geo. They made Ninja Commando, which plays like Commando.
Right.
And
that's Nick Wynn's, the ST Great from Houston's favorite game.
And they made Ninja Combat, which is a side-scrolling ninja game. So
three different genres.
completely different ninja games.
Them boys are obsessed with ninjas.
They also made Twinkle Star Sprites, which
Julie is a big fan of that game, right? No, that's the one that's the dual shooter, right?
It's a versus competitive shmup, where you make chains by just shooting things with your ship, and if you do a big enough chain, it basically drops garbage on the opponent's side, kind of like when you're doing a puzzle game.
Right.
And if you do a big enough chain, you can basically summon a boss to fight, that they have to fight. I mean, you say you put Aggressors Combat on the floor for Halloween and it didn't do well, but I mean, J2J is not just putting it on the floor. It's an event about playing it. Also, like I said, it would have been a Shuffle Showdown, so we'd be playing it for an hour. If you want to play Ninja Combat and Twinkle Star Sprites, there is a ADK collection called Alpha Denchi that they recently put on PS4, so you can get it on PSN digitally. And it has Twinkle Star Sprites, Aggressors of Dark Combat, and all 3 Ninja games. So you can play this game that we're playing right now on your PS4. I doubt it has online play. ADK Alpha Denchi, I think, was originally released on PS2. The other games we were looking at doing, King of Fighters 2002 UM, Tech Romancer, which is a 3D fighter where you're in giant mechs. It's on the same system, the Sony ZN1, which is a PlayStation-based system that Plasma Sword's on. Boat Guy says KOF 2002 UM is good. Yeah, I want to play it because all the KOFs that I played were like 2000, 2001, 2002. But I know that those are janky, and UM apparently fixes all the jankiness. Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper was one we were going to look at. Fist of the North Star. I know we've had it out for like events, particularly A-Con, but I thought it would be interesting to actually look into figuring out how to play the game instead of just like doing all the, weirdness. Street Fighter EX2 Plus we have to consider doing because that guy was talking it up so much. And then some other Shuffle Showdown games, Shogun Warriors, which is made by made by IGS, I think. No. Who did Shogun Warriors?
I have to win this because the sounds of Kasumi versus Kasumi is so annoying. Yeah. Goodness gracious.
Right, Kaneko. It's a Kaneko game. So Kaneko is the company that made Gal's Panic. So they did a really crappy fighter called Shogun Warriors. So we're going to do Shogun Warriors, we're going to do World Heroes Perfect, and Martial Champion, which we had just got the board from. We bought it off of Darksoft himself.
That's a guy?
Yeah. He went on Clav and was selling off a bunch of his extra boards, and that's one of the ones we bought was Martial Champion to do it for JTJ. So those were the games that we owned that we were going to do in the future. And then I had a small list of games that I was really, really hoping that someday we could maybe someday acquire and so that we could play them. Arcana Heart was on that list. I mean, we technically did it. We put the PS3 in and played it. But I was hoping to get an arcade version. There's a game called Ashura Buster. Battle Fantasia, which was this kind of 2.5D fighter that came out on 360. It had an arcade release. And then the two that I wanted the most, Jackie Chan Fists of Fire, which is the sequel to the first Jackie Chan fighting game.
Of course it is.
It's an FMV fighting game, so like Mortal Kombat. Fists of Fire has 3 different Jackie Chans you can play. There's Drunken Master Jackie Chan, there's Project A Jackie Chan, and then there's just like Shaolin martial arts Jackie Chan.
So it's like the NBA Street Volume 2 of Jackie Chan games?
Yeah.
You have 3 different versions of Jordan?
Yeah. And then there's a bunch of other random characters they made up. One of them is a luck dragon. So it's like the guy in the, luck dragon dancing. The luck dragon is the one that is one person rather than 2 people.
Gotcha. So bummed I didn't get to go to
One's like a green lady. But yeah, this board is like, it's a real game, but I've not been able to find it. And I just like really want to find that game because it's hilarious. It's like hilariously absurd, that game, the way it plays. And then Alien Challenge.
Alien Challenge? I'm not familiar with that one.
How hard is it for us to get the Pandora's box back on?
No.
All right, let's show everybody Alien Challenge.
All right.
Because people have to see Dougster.
Sorry, Kasumi versus Kasumi. Okay, it was...
Number 100. I have the list now.
Yeah, will you throw this one back in there? I got it.
24 people are going to see Alien Challenge.
This is what you've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Before they throw us
secret
into confinement for years.
Secret game by IGS, International Game System, creators of the PGM.
We'll have to change the input. We might have trouble seeing the chat, or it won't be as easy. Input D sub. And then flip it on. Make sure it goes to 5 because it's variable. 5. Perfect. And I think this is the window. We shall see. No signal. Why? Maybe it's this one. I only have infinite time to work this out. So many transitions. And to get the rest of the transitions on so we can throw tiger uppercuts. It's just that one's so good. No signal. Why no signal?
I lost us like 10 viewers, by the way.
Oh, no. It's all good. you also it's also getting late.
Whatever, they don't have anything to do tomorrow.
It's true.
I hope we can figure
You
this
still have
out.
people engaging us in the chat, so.
I hope we can figure this out because people need to see Alien Challenge.
You can go ahead and start queuing it up. Oh, okay, you got it. Is it here? Where in the heck?
But yeah, this is one of the games that I have. Me and Mike both have like a bunch of saved searches on our eBays, just like
That could have gone so much worse.
to alert us anytime certain games come up. And I have like 3 different saved searches for this game, like any possible combination that it might
Oh, this thing
appear.
was absolutely ridiculous. Tying wires and knots. I am a little tired, just a little.
And I've gotten a notification a few times and got really excited for a second, and then went online and saw it was for the flyer.
The flyer? What? Oh, just the flyer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just I got it.
It's like, no, how dare you?
Is that it? Hey, we got it. All right, hit it.
Can we see the chat? Is it over there?
I'll get it.
I gotta see people.
I'll add the chat to the stream, but let's see here. I'll keep the chat off the stream actually, but you'll be able to see it here.
So, okay. For some weird reason, when you start this game, it automatically selects your character the first time, so I'm going to have to die to play the good character. Currently, I am Nick San.
Bernie.
So, yeah.
Bo guy likes that.
This character is another one of those, much like Goemon, this character is based off of a real person who's reached mythological status. He appears in a lot of martial arts movies. Wong Fei Hong. He was known as not only a martial artist, but a doctor. And he's known for carrying around an umbrella. That's why his fireball is shooting off a bunch of umbrellas.
Okay.
But just like the characters and the animations in this game are just so absurd and it's so goofy. Like, I badly want us to have a board for this so that we can run events on it.
Okay, hit with a meteor.
Yeah. That guy turns into a big face when he wins. Like, he has a move where he turns into a fire wheel. Fire! I have a dragon punch? I don't know. Is this game complicated enough? He turns into an eagle. Right, I need to lose because, like, yeah, there's like power-ups that drop.
This spinach.
I need to lose so I can switch characters because, like,
Eat your spinach.
as cool as Wong Fei Hong is, especially in the movie Iron Monkey, we want to see the other characters because he's not the most exciting character. All right. So there's Ninja Guy. This guy's pretty awesome. I'll show you him in a second. But we got to play football player
American football man.
whose name is Dougster.
Dougster. It's the Statue of Liberty. What is happening?
Gotta
Oh,
kick
kick
the
a ball
ball.
into space.
I thought there was a way to throw a ball.
There's a turkey.
Yeah, I don't know how to actually pick up this stuff. To punch it? I don't know. Charge tackle move is kind of weird because it angles upward. Oh. Whoa. Don't know how I did that one. Yeah.
Dougster wins the Super Bowl.
Oh.
I wonder who was more
blocked his
confused
fire.
about. I wonder who's more confused about football, the creator of this game or the creator of the original Tecmo Bowl arcade.
I like this move where it's just like, I guess it's an uppercut, but he just kind of like hits them with his side, right?
Yeah. That's so weird.
Yeah. I like how I can counter his fire with my football.
Look, these moves don't even resemble, other than that one right there, the shoulder charge. It doesn't resemble a football move.
Yeah, there's a werewolf. There's a werewolf guy too.
Sponsored by Electric Coin. So
Dang,
they're
you see
data coin
You
mine.
see that combo?
mining.
I should have just kept that up. No. Oh no. What does it mean when he like turns colors like that? I don't know.
I like the
What is that?
gravity is reversed whenever you kick a football. No. Elmac approves.
Sponsored by Betson. Hey, that's an actual company. I'm sure they knew their logo was in this game.
Of course, a game this great has to be.
I didn't get the turkey.
Yeah, you got it.
Whoa, how do you do that? How do you do that electric kick there? Power kick. And like all the animations are like they're sped up. Whoa, how do you do that? He like shot a fireball out of his foot.
That's definitely a personal foul.
This is
he takes a dive and grabs his knee. Ow, my knee. Attack.
Yeah, it's like he just like shoots off his shoe at me. Whoa, was that a throw?
Maybe, but he hit you with his football. And then you dropped a meteor on him.
No, I lost. I was blue. I was blue Duckster.
It's time to punt.
All right. Do we want to see werewolf or gold guy?
Werewolf. Because gold guy seems like a last. Go last. For
Bang.
That's a cool effect. Oh, the reach on this one.
He's got moves where his hands just turn gigantic. Oh.
Like, oof. Man, all of his moves go to the end of the screen.
He's basically a battle toad. Oh, okay. So you gotta punt. You gotta hit them. You gotta hit those power ups to get the
sound.
Oh, it's a dodge. I dodged the projectile there. It's like back in A and B.
I can't tell when the energy bars are done because
Yeah, because they just start flashing
Yeah.
real hardcore.
it's like everything's multicolored.
Yeah, got the turkey, fool. What you gonna do about it? I don't know. I might just not know his moves, but this guy's moves aren't super interesting. His hands turn big. His feet turn big. He's a battle toad. He's a werewolf. That's the most interesting thing about him. It's not as cool as
Man,
He's
his
not as cool as
reach is
Dougster.
insane.
Oh,
Block a bite. Do the ball.
Yeah, maybe I'm
Oh,
a charge
tick.
character.
Did no damage.
I like the crowd noise that is like 3 people.
It's an XFL game.
It's been a dog day afternoon.
Is that Beltran? Is that how they fight? Is that how they play XFL?
All right, do we want to see everybody or do we want to go for the gold guy?
Yeah, show me gold guy. Oh, the clown guy.
Steve Areno. So he can turn into a missile.
Oh my goodness.
He's just like he's so rendered, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fucking missile move is pro, though. Yeah, it says the big hand, victory sign. Him and Bernie are buddies, I think.
Happy face and the victory sign.
Honestly, like
They just do the Voltron merge, and then they're a whole person.
what was that? What is that sound effect?
No.
Yeah.
It's
Can't
a
stop the
homing missile,
missile. ICBM. Oh. Oh, I did a throw. For A and B, I think. A and B is a dodge. Kind of trying to figure it out. Steve Areno. Honestly, the names are like one of my favorite parts. Just Steve Areno and Dougster. Drew. Like, right? What fighting game has a character named Drew?
A farting Drew at that.
Yeah. Oh no! Ow.
I do like obnoxious elephants on a stage.
Oh, I got the spinach! Oh! I got the spinach with the missile. Oh, I countered as far with my uppercut. I gotta try to find more moves. Missile's good, but like, okay, there's that, that's right. Probably can't find a move list online.
I don't know. It's on Pandora's box, so maybe. Do you want a move list?
Pandora's box has some obscure stuff on it, like a lot of bootlegs and stuff. Because they're trying to fill out a list of like 900 something as easily as possible, right?
Yeah.
They're like, more games means people will buy it. So. Come on, Steve Areno. We gotta see the end of the game.
Lego says it's gold Dr. Manhattan. What was the floating turkey with Pow on it? We're not quite sure, but he can collect it.
So if you hit it, you get some life back.
What was the game called
See,
again?
I got a tiny bit of life back. Alien Challenge.
Alien Challenge.
Yes, if anybody knows anybody who has a board, I desperately want it. Oh, that's an overhead. I have an overhead. Yeah. All right, I lost the first round. I forgot. Or Jackie Chan Fist of Fire. Also want that. In fact, when we're done with this, I'll show you that for a second. I know it's getting kind of late, but you got to see how absurd that game is too. Yeah, got the spinach. I hit him and got the spinach. What?
Oh, rolling
what
circus throw. Rolling circus throw.
Dang.
Kuma has that throw too.
Yeah, there's definitely like moves I don't know. Like I did that one move that one time with Dougster, where I charged and punched a whole bunch. I have no idea how I did that. I've suffered a total meltdown. So we've seen all but two of the characters. So I think the ninja guy is actually pretty boring. I think he's just like a ninja. So.
Right.
So we'll look at Melanie.
Okay. Okay, rocket
missiles.
moves.
So everybody has like
Fimbot.
pretty much everybody I've played so far has just like core circle back is a dragon punch. So, you know, easy anti-air.
Man, I can't wait to have Tuesday night fights on this.
So that move I'm pretty sure is a dodge, which is kind of interesting because I dodged his like projectile. Yeah, see, he just dodged my projectiles. She did a claw thing, bounced off the wall. Melanie seems pretty choice. Well,
And Chun-Li's moves.
yeah.
The inverted spinning bird kick.
Melanie's got everything.
And this game is how we will defeat coronavirus. All the answers lie within, if only we can solve it.
Dang. Man, it just like stunned the hell out of him. His projectile's so bad. It's like the wind-up is so long. The literal wind-up for his projectile.
Round 3.
Like he spins his arm like 3 times before the bowling pin actually comes out.
Bokai says first tournament once free play is open needs to be this game.
Find me a board.
Yes. Tell Beltran it's Super Turbo. Then he comes in and it's this.
No. No. Come on.
So the way the animations work and the size of the characters, it reminds me of a like super fast version of Time Killers.
That was pro. Dodge his kick, counter.
Oh, there's a bonus
Bonus.
round. All right.
Oh, gotta hit all the pots. Wine pots. Oh, they hit you. Where's my my low
Nothing
kick kicks
low.
high?
Nothing low enough. You just got comboed by a wine jug.
There you go. Can I low punch? No, my low punch is also high. I have no sweep.
Spinning bird kick over top.
Oh, God. Those low ones. Melanie can do nothing. We found her weakness. No sweep.
She's the T-Hawk of this game.
She's not invincible. Oh, yeah. This ninja's name is Jean-Paul, though.
Of course, like all ninjas are named Sean Paul.
Ninjas in Godfrey Ho movies are. No, ninjas in Godfrey Ho movies tend to be Australian. Whoa, I got to teleport. Playing Mortal Kombat now. And he's got a Sonic spin. Wow. What a throw, man. Alright. Wow. God. Man, Jean-Paul. A woman's work is never done.
Hey, Lego, are you still in the chat?
So yeah, we've seen everybody. I mean, I didn't play Bernie, but we fought against him. So here is Jackie Chan.
I don't know if you heard this from Bokai, but he was talking about KOF 98. It's the Neo Geo version is what he likes. There's an updated version called KOF 98 Ultimate Match that adds characters and features, but the original one is the one Bokai likes. Ultimate is on Steam,
We
but
have,
it's not an MVS.
Yeah, we have the original, obviously. I think we have a few copies, and we have UM.
Yeah.
Because so UM. So we have 2002 UM and 98 UM. Both are technically NESica games, which means that they're on like modern day arcade things and need a security. You need like an internet connection for them to work.
Right.
Whatever. And normally you'd need that for Street Fighter 5, but we have those like.
Street Fighter 4, you mean?
Yeah, 4. But we have those like kind of weird versions that let us do it without the NESica. But basically they are the official versions, but they are like the Taiwan or Chinese release. They were put out for that region on a self-contained system, so it's not NESica. The 98 UM and 2002 UM, and that's what we have is those versions. So we are able to do those without having a NESica system.
I gotta remember, I borrowed 2 stools from Free Play Richardson as well. I figured we wouldn't have too much seating.
The 98 UM is actually a cartridge for.
I feel like if the joystick is like right here, people can see the joystick better.
It's actually a cartridge for the PGM2.
There's a PGM2?
Yeah.
How many PGMs are there?
2.
Okay.
PGM2,
how many games did that one
only
have?
had a few games.
Okay.
It was mostly just like another Knights of Valor and 98 UM.
All right, let's see. Jackie Chan
It has
Fist of
not been
Fire.
in Arlington, only just You mean 98 UM has not been in Arlington? We've only had 98 UM, I think, out for an event or or something.
No, it did make it out in Arlington. I remember it got its own like custom marquee.
Oh yeah, 2002 UM had not been out yet.
Yeah, no, Bokai's right. It was because they made a custom marquee of 98 UM. Corey had Josh make something for it.
So we got 3 zombies. You're all green. We got 3 Jackies. We got Sam, Kimmery, and Mysterious Lion.
Oh dear.
We'll start with Mysterious Lion.
Sam. What a give up.
So I can shoot out a smaller lion.
It's like an even more insane version of Street Fighter the movie, the game.
You'll notice the game's kind of glitchy.
Yes.
That's partially because of the Pandora's box, but also because it was really just like a glitchy, janky game. I'm not actually entirely sure it was technically officially released. From what I understand, there are boards, but they were probably like basically bootleg boards, but semi-official because the market they were in was just full of so many bootlegs. I don't know how to do super. I have max bar.
Oh my god. I like that you guys are fighting in water.
Yeah.
We need more of that. Like more fighting games with that. Reminds me of The Protector, Tony Jaa movie.
I only know the one move. Tiny dragon.
Mysterious Lion.
Tiny lion, yeah.
You can't let Sam beat you.
No, it's fine.
Wow, look at that.
It's fine. I want to beat Jackie
ridiculous.
Chan anyway.
Fair enough.
Wow, God. Yeah, if I remember correctly, like, I think maybe even after just the first round, the computer gets really absurd. What's hilarious about this game is, like, if Jackie Chan loses, he doesn't get knocked out. He just, like, I don't know if you've
angry
if you've
away.
played, like, Guilty Gear, you know, like Slayer the Vampire, because he's immortal. When he loses, he just kind of sits there on the ground, like, on so Jackie Chan, like, falls down, and then he gets back up, and he goes, "Good job."
You need to play as the Jackie Chan that cross-dresses and cosplays as
So we got
different Street Fighter characters.
Jackie Chan from Project A. We have Drunken Master Jackie Chan, and we have Shaolin Kung Fu Jackie Chan. Project A is good movie. So, I mean, certainly the other 2 are from good movies. He has a fireball. I don't remember how you do it. Yeah. This is like the jankiest of FMV animations. It's on the level of whatchamacallit, Johnny Cage's favorite game. You know what I'm talking about?
No, Johnny Cage's favorite game?
So, like, there was a game that was made as a competitor to Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yeah.
And they had an infamous advertisement where they got the guy who played Johnny Cage in the game, not the movie.
Right.
Being like, Johnny Cage loves this game.
I've got a video of that man telling Michael Beltran happy birthday.
Whoa, he went into the background. Did you see that? He went into the background and kicked into the foreground.
Yeah, you keep playing this. I'm going to go find that video of Daniel Pesina wishing Michael Beltran a happy birthday.
I really wish I knew how to use my super bar. I bet you my super is really cool. But you want to bet it's some really weird combination of buttons. You really got to mash to get up whenever you get knocked down. God. Yeah, here we go. Hope. You're getting better.
Well done, Sam.
All right, we'll do Shaolin Kung Fu. Come on, come on. Oh, Jackie Chan. The computer's really hard in this. One of these Jackie Chans has a fireball. I thought it was Project A Jackie Chan. Oh, that combo was good. Oh, I like that. He's got like a casual walk forward.
Oh, let me see. Oh.
I gotta get up, get up, get up. Don't want him to stomp on me. Okay. Bloodstorm. That was the name.
Yes, yes, yes.
God, that's so cool though. Like, no joke. That's so cool that there's a move where he jumps into the background and kicks into the foreground.
Let me see.
I'm legit. Not me. The Sam.
Oh, I gotcha, Sam.
Yeah.
Sam, the ultimate fighting game character.
Oh, there was it. There it was. Maybe if you switch to the stream on the delay, you'll be able to see it. How do I do that? There we go. What?
What?
Jackie Chan rubbed the belly laugh. Thorsten, one of the zombie guys. This guy kind of does look like he would be a Mortal Kombat character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Glowy eyes, camo pants, vest.
Night Wolfie.
That was good. What? Yeah. See, I'm getting it now. I wonder if you can break that crate.
The stage looks like it's from Area 51.
Did you see how glitchy I got with that? It's just turned into a bunch of squares.
Nice.
Dang, I trashed that guy. Sam was way harder. I disintegrated him. I banished him to the Shadow Realm.
Jackie's so happy about it, too.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So, one thing, I haven't played it, but one of the things when I was learning about these games initially, with the first game, you can't play as Jackie Chan. He's the ending boss.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just apparently absurdly difficult. Like, practically impossible to beat.
Sounds like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out to me. I think that's going to be, unless something changes and everything is restored, that Sonic Matt beating Mike Tyson is going to be the final official YouTube channel produced by Matt and Gabby video.
No, get up, get up, get up. God. All right. True Mortal Kombat fight. Oh, no. I guess really true Mortal Kombat fight is who gets in a bunch of jabs first, right?
Oh, run jab, run jab, run jab, run jab.
All right. We'll do the last Jackie Chan. There's a lady with, like, birds and a staff, though. Ah, there we go. This is the one with the fireball. He throws the jar of alcohol. No.
This is so much damage.
yeah. Can't stop the butt bump. Dang.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 3-hit combos in this are absurd. Take away like 30 your health.
Powering up.
I just love it when they turn into a bunch of blocks. No. Alright, I gotta figure out super. Max is just sitting there taunting me. Like, look at all this bar you have. You don't know how to use it. Dang. Yeah, this is like not a game where you can take very many hits.
No. Are there stuns?
I mean, there's that knockdown, and the knockdown is absurd because you get knocked down until you mash to get
Ian
up.
wants to know if all the characters are Jackie Chan's. No, only three of them. Only three of them.
Only 3. We have Project A Jackie Chan, Shaolin Jackie Chan, and Drunken Master.
Can I see what's
the other
what's her
3 are
name?
like, you got good guys on the right, so you got Sam, Kim Marie, and Mysterious Lion. You got bad guys on the left. We'll play Young.
Oh my god.
You can tell they're bad guys because they're green.
Glowing. Green and extra glitchy. Nice flash kick. Lego. Found your girl.
No, God. Look at that reach. Oh, God. Wow. Whoa. Well, that wasn't even a super. What is that?
Again?
Again?
Jeez.
Didn't even seem like I could block that. There's got to be some way to throw off these crows, right?
You would think.
Whoa.
Oh, nice.
That's cool. That did a lot of damage, too. Knock.
Is
Oh!
that a reversal?
Yeah. I guess if you're getting up right when they jump on you, it just throws them off. That's interesting. Still have to, like, mash so much to do that.
Pogo.
Yeah.
You can Pogo, yay!
No!
Oh my god.
Punished. Oh,
into the screen. Oh man. Alright, go get the other BenQ from Free Play Richardson. That one's broken.
Alright, we'll do the other. You want to do Kim Marie?
Yes. She looks ridiculous too. Oh no.
Come on. Do you think these people? Whoa! It's like a lariat. Wow. Okay, I didn't
Nice.
expect that.
Do I think they knew that they were in a fighting game when they started?
Clothesline, not a lariat, right? Yeah. Do you think? Well, I'm sure they knew they were in a fighting game, but like, do you think these people had tons of fun doing this, or absolutely no fun doing this? It's one or the other.
I think tons of fun actually.
This lady looked like she was having tons of fun.
Right. Yeah, I'm not so sure about Jackie. I assume he has tons of fun with everything he does.
Dang, God, the mashing. What? I
The
made
double
myself
stun,
fall
triple
down.
stun. Another stun.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making myself fall down. I think that's my.
That's
I
your
did that
superpower.
throw where I grabbed him with my legs and threw him.
Now
I
you're
guess if
dizzy.
you miss, you just fall.
He's just dizzy.
Yeah. Got a rose in the back, floating in the background. Oh, Lao. So this guy's just Kung Lao, right? Or no, Liu Kang, right? Ooh. Dang.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He doesn't quite fight like holy cow.
Yeah, there I did it. I gotta figure out how to do that stomp. You always stomp on me when I'm on the ground.
He has an aggressively wide stance.
Yeah. And pink flames. Yeah. They love the Yeah, who would have expected this lady to be a grapple character?
She's not Sonya.
No. That was cool. That was a good combo.
Nice. Good punish. Oh.
No!
Oh, punch we got it. Now you're triple stunned. Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh!
Thrown through the world.
Yeah.
And on fire.
Oh,
and
dang.
killed.
Yeah, this is like special deaths.
That got violent.
I did not expect that either. Like, getting thrown into the screen and stuff. That's everybody, right? Yeah,
I believe
we
so,
fought
yeah.
against Thorsten. Yeah, not a lot of characters. Such a wacky game. Yeah. So yeah, I really want this in Alien Challenge. I'm gonna run events on this in Alien Challenge.
I want to main as aggressively wide stance dude. You don't have to duck.
Whoa.
He's always ducking.
Jeez. Jeez, Lau, come on. Give me a break. I don't know how this guy plays. He's got a flash bomb, though. Dang. No. Yeah.
Nice.
Glowy hand.
Number 1.
This is like some 90s B action movie music with 90s B action movie Thorsten.
Lego has it. It's Kano meets Dog the Bounty Hunter.
He's probably a cyborg, I'm sure. Wow, dang. Well.
Oh no. It's a flesh wound,
Oh,
man.
in
Walk it off.
half.
Walk
Wow.
it off.
Here, I'm going to see if I can show you that kick. If I can figure it out.
Ripped in half. Calm down, Jackie.
Yeah, there you go. See? It like goes into the background and then jumps
Nice.
into the kicks into the foreground. I think that's really cool.
That's how you break the screen on somebody right there. You're playing as like Sam and Mega Sam, right?
It's Sam and Lau. Yeah. It's basically Liu Kang and Zombie Liu Kang, right?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. So one last thing, and then I guess we're probably going to wrap up. But you need to see the story for Alien Challenge. There's a text scroll at the beginning. I have to, because of the weirdness, I have to. Oh no, I have to. Hold on. You want some cool music? Hold on.
Always.
This is the music for the settings on the Pandora's box.
Okay. It's better than the intro to the Pandora's box when you just turn it on. Nice, Mike. Nice.
So,
So regal.
So what I'm trying to do is get it off free play so it doesn't automatically add a credit so that we can see the attract mode. But it also said there were 69 credits in there, so this might not work. If not, then oh well.
We just have to wait out 69 credits.
Yeah. Oh, right. We have to add a credit to go into the game. No. Foiled.
Is there a select button? That's usually what it is. There it is.
There you go. Which means we do have to die at least once.
Get ready.
So as far as finding a real board of this, one thing I do hope is that it doesn't have this glitch. I hope it's just a Pandora's box thing, but it's like when you start the game, it just automatically selects this character for you for some reason. I have noticed on some other games, definitely like glitchy things on the Pandora's box, things that were different between that and the real version. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember what it was. There was a game that I tried out on the Pandora's box first, and we bought it. And then when I played the real game, I was like, holy cow, the sound is so much better.
What was the name of the puzzle game that we had to abort puzzle night for? Where
Narate Chu?
Yeah, where a guy got on the other side of the
Yeah.
screen. Really weird glitch in a 2-player game.
Yeah, that makes me sad. I need to look into that because that is my board. I wonder if it would still work, like if you just didn't go over there.
No,
No, it didn't work at all?
Yeah.
Okay. That's sad. Because I mean, I really like the single player mode in that. So. Come on, computer. Stupid
Bernie wins in his own time.
Yeah, stupid stage 1 computers. I will return. Long time ago, 8 arrogant gods always found each other. They never expected this.
There will be a quiz later.
Yeah, IGS, International Game Systems.
Oh, winners don't use drugs.
But yeah, no, the game tries to have some sort of weird story. It's like 8 gods are fighting each other for some reason.
Fighting in front of the White House.
Yeah. Helicopter.
It's got
there.
an Apache parked in front and the
Plane
low-flying F-16.
Very small F-16. Okay.
And all the pink trees, of course.
Oh, what that hammer move? I don't know how to do that at all.
Man, I don't know what to tell you, Ian. They're crazy. He says, oh no, this game is going to determine the 2020 elections.
I would vote for Steve Areno. I would not vote for Drew. Maybe Dougster.
Depends on what his platform is.
Yeah. Football.
Right. Oh my god, a tail whip that goes all the way across the screen. What do you need projectiles for when you have a tail whip that instantly goes across the screen?
Right.
I like his Roadrunner legs. Dougster.
Yeah.
I'm really going to consider that when we go to the polls, Dougster. We'll probably have to get out of here before the jackbooted thugs get here.
Yeah.
I guess I'll leave you with this. I hope we can hear this. Yeah.
What? Is this the clip?
This is the clip.
Oh.
There we go. Hopefully we can hear it.